कितने लोग जानने के लिए उत्सुक हैं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं ताकि हम अपने करंट कंडीशन से बाहर निकले and I can lead a better quality life. Okay, so couple of participants are willing to take charge of their health and are ready to work on themselves by way of natural means. So if I have your permission, I would like to share the screen. If you can give me 2 minutes, I'll just share the screen. Yes or no? Do I have your permission? And you would like to know more about how to get out of your condition? Okay, some people are suffering post-COVID. Okay, just give me 2 minutes and I will share the details. Anilji, can you see the screen, please?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Ashtaang Chikitsa online therapy for Neuro Musculoskeletal problems. So Namaskar, I welcome you all to the Ashtaang Chikitsa webinar. My name is Rachna Bothra and I'll be your host for today's webinar. I'm a part of an organization called Avisa Healing and Fitness Private Limited. So what exactly are we going to learn in today's webinar? We will present to you a unique therapy for curing neuromusculoskeletal problem that you or someone in your family may be suffering from, but have not yet found any good amount of relief despite spending a lot of money. So now I'd like to introduce you all to Swami Rajvibhu ji. Kaun hai Swami Rajvibhu ji? A rare Kumbhak yogi and an human exponence expert. You will be surprised to know that Swami Rajvibhu ji has been transforming lives of thousands of people, excuse me, who have not found any relief even after years of using allopathic medicine, not only in India, but Europe and the US. He has taken people out of chronic diseases like thyroid, BP, heart, diabetes, and even life-threatening diseases like cancer. ये हम सभी लोगों को मालूम है, इन डिजीजों का कोई इलाज एलोपैथी में नहीं है, बट हम नेचुरल मीन्स से इन सब चीजों से बाहर आ सकते हैं और अपनी जिंदगी बेहतर बना सकते हैं. So at Avisa Healing and Fitness, we are reviving Ashtaang Chikitsa to address the structural issues of a human being. So what do we mean when we say the structure of the human body? The musculoskeletal system is one of them. How the structure of the human body can function in its best possible way. That's our purpose at Avisa Healing and Fitness. It's a profound way of addressing the aspects of a human body. So exactly who is this webinar for? ये webinar आखिर है किसके लिए? For people who are tired of temporary treatments and are looking for something natural and permanent. जो कोई बाहरी help से अपना तबीयत temporarily ठीक करना नहीं चाहते हैं, वो अपने आप के ऊपर काम करना चाहते हैं, want to take charge of their health in their own hands and are willing to work on themselves to come out of their problems. So reversing neuromusculoskeletal problems with Ashtaang Chikitsa. So balancing of body at 8 levels. जब हम अष्टांग चिकित्सा बोलते हैं तो 8 सॉफ्टवेयर जो हमारे बॉडी पे हैं उनका बैलेंसिंग हमें करना पड़ता है, जिसके बारे में आगे आपको स्वामी राजविभू जी बताएंगे. I will just give you a brief on what exactly are the 8 levels of human body. Srishti Sharir, Garbha Sharir, Dosha Sharir, Marma Sharir. I'm sure Marma is a word which many people might have heard as being part of Ayurveda also. There are certain marma points in our body which ultimately connects to our organs. Pramana Sharir, Sankhya Sharir, Prakriti and the Vikriti Sharir. तो जब हम लास्ट दोनों शरीर के बारे में बात करते हैं, प्रकृति एंड विकृति शरीर, तो होता क्या है, स्पेशली फॉर विमेन, आप देखेंगे पोस्ट 50 आफ्टर मेनोपॉज डीजेनरेशन शुरू हो जाता है. आई एम श्योर एवरीबडी हैज heard the word degeneration. तो degeneration of cells is the विकृति शरीर. अभी रीजेनरेशन और डीजेनरेशन में जब इम्बैलेंसेस होता है तो आपको जो दिखता है वो है इन्फ्लेमेशन, पेन, स्टिफनेस. तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम प्रकृति और विकृति शरीर को बैलेंस में लाते हैं, यानी कि रीजेनरेशन को एक्सपीडिएट करेंगे तो क्या होगा, डीजेनरेशन तो होना ही है, दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ. बट अगर रीजेनरेशन एक्सपीडिएट हो गया तो डीजेनरेशन का पता नहीं चलेगा. अभी क्या हो रहा है, डीजेनरेशन तेजी से हो रही है, रीजेनरेशन उतनी तेजी से नहीं हो पा रही. सो अष्टांग चिकित्सा टेक्स केयर ऑफ सर्टेन प्रॉब्लम्स, or I should say common problems that people of today are facing. Of course, this is not an exhaustive list, but most of the common problems are covered here. For example, knee pain, घुटने का दर्द, जो आज has become a common problem even with the youngsters. Lower back pain, hip issues, pain in the leg, drop foot, nerve related issues, spine related issues, slip disc, disc bulge, a weak spine, spondylitis, frozen shoulder or drooping shoulder, tennis elbow, rheumatic arthritis, and autoimmune disorder. क्या आप जानना चाहेंगे कि आप rheumatic arthritis, जो कि एक autoimmune disease है, उससे भी निजात पा सकते हैं अष्टांग चिकित्सा में. Osteoarthritis, a degenerative disease, osteoporosis, dislocation, neuropathy, and the nerve issues. So let's hear without much delays from Swami Rajvibhu ji कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं अपने डिजीज से बाहर निकलने के लिए. So I'll just explain how we proceed in the webinar. Anil ji, 2 minutes if I could just tell them the procedure of the webinar, please. Yes. So how we are going to proceed in the webinar, we will be first listening to the recordings of Swami Rajvibhu ji about Ashtaang Chikitsa और Ashtaang Chikitsa में exactly क्या करते हैं. Then we will be inviting somebody who has attended Ashtaang Chikitsa and he or she will discuss about their journey. उसके बाद we will be sharing the program details, and last but not the least, what all of you all are waiting for, Swami Rajvibhu ji himself will be coming live to take up all your question and answer. So आराम से बैठ जाएं, please listen to the session and then we will take up your questions. Meanwhile, you can write all your name, number and problems in the chat box so that we can get in touch with you, and I myself will be reading out your questions in the last part of the webinar. Thank you so much. Namaste, and over to Anil ji to share the screen.
So let's start. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. We are talking about Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. आपके शरीर में हड्डियों का, मांसपेशियों का और नसों का जो गठजोड़ होता है, they actually create every movement in your body. आपके शरीर में वही movement create करना है. So I'll take one example and let's go ahead understanding why problem happens and what is the solution. मैं एक एग्जांपल से शुरू करूंगा और उसको लेके हम समझेंगे. So suppose what is the most common problem at this point of time? सबसे common problem क्या है आज के समय? Knee pain. Let's take knee pain as an example and understand what we are talking about. हम बात क्या कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में knee pain से start करते हैं, right? So some person who got an injury in one of the knees will get a knee problem in that leg. है कि नहीं? अगर एक नी इंजरी किसी का हो जाता है तो वो उस घुटने में उसको परेशानी होगी. और स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन हु हैज समहाउ डैमेज्ड वन नी, एक अगर घुटने को किसी तरीके से एक स्पोर्ट्स के पर्सन ने, एक बंदे ने अगर डैमेज कर दिया है तो वहां पे प्रॉब्लम आएगी. बट दैट इज लोकलाइज्ड प्रॉब्लम. डज एवरीबडी हैज डैमेज देयर नीज? क्या सभी ने अपना नी डैमेज कर दिया? नो. People are still getting into problem. Then when you go to the doctor with your knee problem, जब आप एक डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं अपने घुटने की प्रॉब्लम लेके, and the most common thing that you hear is degeneration in the joint. जो सबसे कॉमन चीज है, जो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर बोलता है वो तो आपके घुटने घिस गए हैं, isn't it? Degeneration. So the next thing can be degeneration. यानी कि आपके नी घुटने में जो कार्टिलेज था वो बन नहीं रहा, वो घिस रहा है, वो प्रॉपरली बन नहीं रहा, उसको बनना भी चाहिए था, रीजनरेशन भी होना चाहिए. रीजनरेशन इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ह्यूमन सिस्टम, बट रीजनरेशन इज नॉट हैपनिंग प्रॉपरली, डीजनरेशन इज हैपनिंग. दूसरा कारण हो गया, नाउ सम पर्सन गोज टू अ डॉक्टर विथ अ सोलोन नी, इन्फ्लेमेशन इन द नी, लालीपना है उसके घुटने में, इन्फ्लेमेशन है, सूजन है. The doctor will still say there is a localized problem at the knee. वो कहेगा एक्सरे करा लो, वो कहेगा जाके स्कैन करा लो, सीटी स्कैन करा लो, and he would try to see the problem there itself. वहीं पे वो प्रॉब्लम ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा और सोल्यूशन ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा. But do you know why inflammation happen in your body? Why inflammation क्यों होता है? सूजन क्यों आ जाती है आपके जोड़ों पे? शायद आपका लिवर ठीक नहीं है. If your liver gets impacted, there will be inflammation in the body. If your digestion is not proper, there will be inflammation in the body. Third thing, if there is an increased uric acid in your body, your kidney is not functioning properly, then also there will be inflammation. So क्या इसका रीजन ढूंढा गया आपके लिए? Why this inflammation is happening? No. So even if you go for a liver test, liver will not show any sign of damage till it gets damaged to 95%. 95% जब तक लिवर का डैमेज नहीं होगा तब तक लिवर के टेस्ट में कुछ भी नहीं आने वाला. So your problem will remain undiagnosed. Usually these diagnoses are not done. तो इन्फ्लेमेशन क्यों है यहां पे आपके जॉइंट में? प्रॉब्लम क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज अ लिवर प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज अ किडनी प्रॉब्लम, because there is an issue with digestion. Now Rachana ji said after menopause osteoporosis, osteoarthritis is very common. Yes. What does it mean also? आपका घुटना का दर्द का रीजन क्या हो सकता है? Hormone imbalance, isn't it? Another reason is hormone imbalance. Hormone imbalance होगा तब भी आपके घुटने में दर्द आएगा, कमर में दर्द आएगा, lower back pain and your knee pain can happen. So what are you doing to balance your hormones? There is no way. कोई तरीका नहीं है. Now if the osteoporosis has happened, हड्डियां अगर brittle हो गई, कमजोर हो गई हैं, porous हो गई हैं, बहुत जल्दी टूटने की आशंका रहती है इसके अंदर. If they have become brittle by calcium, how many people have come out of osteoporosis by taking calcium? Not even a single example. एक भी example नहीं है. Rather, do you know if you take long-term calcium, the chances of breast cancer will increase by 200%. So I'm just trying to tell you, don't see problem as a localized deficiency or disalignment or some kind of a breakdown at a localized position. The discrepancy at a localized position is not the only way to look at a problem. It can happen due to many reasons. So what we are talking about is there are 8 major factors, 8 कारण हैं because of which one problem happens, जिसकी वजह से एक problem आती है. So if you really want to come out of problem, then you will have to work upon these 8 factors. 8 कारणों पे काम करना पड़ेगा. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. Now, in the last 50 years, पिछले 50 साल, 100 साल तक का आप ले जा सकते हैं. There is example for that. Nobody has come out of their issues. घुटने आज तक किसी के ठीक नहीं हुए ना. Nobody has come out of their knee problem. ज्यादा से ज्यादा to the extreme, what the doctor will say, do a knee replacement. अपने घुटने बदलवा लीजिए. So what does it mean? It cannot be treated. According to the modern treatment, it cannot be treated. ये ठीक हो ही नहीं सकता. So I would tell you to remember your grandfather, grandmother. अपने दादा दादी नाना नानी को याद करें जरा. क्या उनको इतनी एज में प्रॉब्लम थी? Did they have problem at this age? No. So why deterioration or the problem was not happening at that time to this scale? इस स्केल में उस समय प्रॉब्लम हो ही नहीं रही थी. आज क्यों हो रही है? Because the system has gone weak and we are not doing anything on this human body to strengthen it. इसको मजबूत करने के लिए, स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए हम कोई काम नहीं कर रहे. So let's start Ashtaang Chikitsa. The first thing, when I'm talking about Sharira, the word Sharira means body and mind both. जब मैं आपको बोलूंगा शरीर, तो इसका मतलब body as well as mind. Because in कुंभक पद्धति, in कुंभक कलाचार और आयुर्वेद कलाचार, in yoga कलाचार, there is nothing called as mind separately. It's always Sharira. Both body and mind complex is called as Sharira. मैं एक एग्जांपल दूं आपको. लेट्स टेक एग्जांपल. ओपन योर माउथ एंड ट्राई टू थिंक. अपना मुंह खोलिए और सोचने की कोशिश कीजिए. ओपन योर माउथ एंड ट्राई टू थिंक. Oh, it becomes difficult. 50 किताबें पढ़ लीजिए, दिमाग को रोकने का कोई तरीका नहीं मिलेगा. And just a little bit, if you know how it works, ये काम कैसे करता है, अगर ये आपको मालूम चल गया तो एकदम से पकड़ लेते हैं. You just catch it then and there. तो मुंह खोल के आप सोच नहीं पा रहे. So is your action and your mind different? Is your body and mind different? No, it is not different. ये अलग नहीं. So your body and mind complex constantly strives to live. ये आपका शरीर हमेशा एक जद्दोजहद में रहता है जिंदा रहने के. हाँ या ना? So there is something called as prakriti, new cellular formation. नए नए सेल्स और टिश्यूज आपके शरीर में बनते हैं. And there is another aspect called vikriti. Lot of cells which has aged, they die. बहुत सारे ऐसे सेल्स और टिश्यू जो आपके शरीर में काम नहीं कर पा रहे ठीक से, वो खत्म हो जाते हैं. After a certain time period, certain age, they wear off. This is wearing off is called as vikriti and production is called as prakriti. Right? ये दो चीज हमेशा चल रही है. There has to be a balance of these two things, manufacturing and release. ये दो चीजें हमेशा बैलेंस में होना चाहिए. Now, I'm giving you another example. We will take examples so that you understand what I'm saying. बहुत सारे example लेंगे समझने के लिए कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये these are things you know already, but you are not paying attention to your body. आप ये चीज जानते ही हैं मगर वहां पे ध्यान नहीं जा रहा आपका. So when there is a polluted area, you enter a polluted area. एक बहुत ही प्रदूषित जगह पे आप जाते हैं. If you watch your breath, अगर अपनी सांसों को जरा ध्यान दे सांसों पे, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? जरा सोचिए, please think about it because your body is the primary responsibility. क्या करते हैं आप? ज्यादा इनहेल करते हैं, ज्यादा एक्सहेल करते हैं? ज्यादा सांस लेते हैं, छोड़ते हैं? ज्यादा छोड़ते हैं आप, लेना नहीं चाहते हो. Your body doesn't want to. अगर धुआं कहीं भरा है तो आप देखेंगे आपकी सांस रुक जाती है. You don't take in, you try to exhale more. If you get tired, अगर आप थक जाते हैं, what is tiredness? थकना क्या हुआ? Lot of toxins in the body, isn't it? What do? You do long exhalation. Oof. Hmm. This is what you do. You do long exhalation, less inhalation. Now, for holidays, if you go to a hill station, अगर holiday के लिए आप hill station में गए, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? If you observe, you inhale more. जब भी आपके शरीर में सही situation मिलती है, if there is a right situation, your body wants to manufacture more, it inhales more. When there is a bad situation, your body wants to throw out more. आपका शरीर चीजें बाहर निकालना चाहता है, more exhalation. So how is your environment, nearby environment? आपने आसपास के वातावरण का क्या हाल किया है? आपने नहीं, मैं तो कहूंगा सभी ह्यूमैनिटी, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट ह्यूमैनिटी, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट इन दैट वे. हमने क्या किया वातावरण का? खराब कर दिया. डू यू थिंक योर बॉडी वांट्स टू इनहेल मोर और एक्सेल मोर? It wants to inhale less and exhale more. So is construction happening more or destruction happening more? Lot of destruction, no construction. So आपके घुटने घिसेंगे कि नहीं घिसेंगे? बंद तो रहे नहीं, आपने सिचुएशन नहीं छोड़ी. What kind of food you are eating? भोजन कैसा करना चाह रहे हैं? Genetically modified food, isn't it? Your body doesn't want to take it. लेना नहीं चाहता, कभी कभी उल्टी कर देता है, बाहर निकाल देता है. Your body pukes it out also sometimes. वो बाहर निकालना चाहता है. It doesn't want to take in. So regeneration will happen more or degeneration will happen more? Degeneration will happen more. And correlated with the situation. इसीलिए आपके joints घिस रहे हैं, उनमें दर्द आ रहा है. Regeneration नहीं हो रहा, नई चीजें नहीं बन रही, घिसे जा रहे हैं. So there is an imbalance of prakriti and vikriti. इसका बैलेंस होना चाहिए था, मगर ये बैलेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है. So ये दो का अगर आप बैलेंस नहीं बनाएंगे, there is no chance of recovery. So what are you doing to create a balance of these two things? You are not doing anything. तो आप ना ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे नहीं तो होगा कैसे? First of all, so this is the first thing that we need to get to, a balance of prakriti and vikriti, a balance of regeneration and degeneration, and there is a method to do it. इसका एक तरीका है करने का. अगर आप अपने आप को बचाना चाहते हैं, what do you do? Somebody is hitting you, कोई आपको मार रहा है, you feel damage ना, you think there will be a damage. What do you do? क्या करते हैं आप? सांस रोक के टाइट कर लेते हैं अपने आप को. You hold your breath and tense your body, isn't it? Yes or no? आप जानते हैं इस बात को, ऐसा नहीं है. Whatever I am saying, you know it already. तो आप सांस रोक के बचाते हैं ना. अगर हॉरर मूवी देख रहे हैं, if you are watching a horror movie, there are certain scenes that you don't want to watch. देखना नहीं चाहते ना, हाथ रख लेते हैं आंखों पे. एक बच्चे को देखो. See a kid, the kid will close the eyes. So you hold your senses also to protect yourself. अपने आप को बचाने के लिए अपनी दृष्टि को, कहीं पे खराब स्मेल आया तो आप रोक लेते हैं ना सांस. You hold your breath. If there is a bad sound, you close your ears. आप नहीं सुनना चाहते इसको. You hold your senses. So holding your breath, holding your senses is called as kumbhak. इसको नाम दे रहे हैं हम. So it is not just breath hold, it is the hold of senses also. आपकी पंच तन्मात्राएं जो है, शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध, all the 5 senses. You hold the senses to protect yourself. So there is a way of creating more prakriti and balance out the vikriti. You can't stop vikriti. देखिए आप degeneration stop नहीं कर सकते. This is a natural process of life. You will age, but you must age gracefully. ठीक है? तो how to balance vikriti? There is a method to balance vikriti. Ashtaang Chikitsa will give you that method to enhance prakriti and balance the vikriti. So then next thing, when there is a regeneration, कोई नई चीज पैदा हो रही है, so it will expand, isn't it? वो फैलेगा. एक शिशु इतना छोटा सा पैदा होता है. There is a little infant which gets born and then the infant expands, isn't it? This expansion factor is called as samkhya. The real word for expansion is samkhya, or proportionate expansion. This is called as proportionate expansion. सही तरीके से संतुलित विस्तार, इसको क्या कहेंगे? संतुलित विस्तार. Suppose your one hand becomes long, the other hand remains short. एक हाथ लंबा हो गया, एक हाथ छोटा रह गया. Will you get joint problem in one of the shoulders? आपको एक शोल्डर में जॉइंट प्रॉब्लम आएगी ना. So if you have one leg a little longer than the other leg, एक पांव ज्यादा लंबा है, दूसरा पांव थोड़ा छोटा है, so you'll get knee pain in one leg. आपके एक पांव में knee pain होगा. You'll get hip pain at one side of the hip. If your body is not aligned, the right side and the left side is not aligned, you will get a problem. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. अगर आपकी एक muscles खिंच गए because of uneven expansion, skin ढीली हो जाती है ना. Skin becomes flabby when there is an uneven expansion. You get stretch marks, isn't it? You know what is stretch mark? You get stretch mark because there is an uneven expansion. असंतुलित विस्तार अगर होता है तो भी आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है. At muscles, at joints. आपकी मांसपेशियों में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, मांसपेशियां फट सकती है, आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है ना. वहां पे so disalignment, if you see at this point of time, most of the people do not even walk straight. The way we are sitting, the way we are living our life, we don't even sit straight. कितने लोग सीधा बैठते हैं? You always take a backrest, isn't it? So there is always, there will be, if you don't use your body proportionately, there will be disalignment. और आपकी joint problem disalignment की वजह से भी हो सकती है. There are three basic disalignment that happens in the body. तीन basic disalignment है. नाभि, your navel can get disaligned. We call it dharan. Your chest can get disaligned. आपकी छाती डिसलाइन हो सकती है. That part is called as kaudi. And your legs can get disaligned. आपके जांघें डिसलाइन हो सकती है. That is called as nale in the local terminology. Nabhi, kaudi, nale. Now, if your navel get disaligned, you'll get into digestive issue, metabolic issue. आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा है ना. आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा है. Do you know one of the reason of diabetes is disalignment of the navel? But nobody is correcting it. If you have asthma or allergies, respiratory disease, corona is also a respiratory thing. People's respiratory capacity is going down because of the disalignment of kaudi or the chest factor, and the disalignment of the thighs or the legs will get you into hip problem, knee problem, ankle problem, sciatica, those kind of things. So what are you doing to balance it? आप क्या कर रहे हैं इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए? तो एक काम करें, let's see how do we balance. हम बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं देखें जरा. अपने दाएं हाथ को पकड़ लें, hold your right hand over the top and try to pull it. खींचने की कोशिश करें. Just pull on the left side. बाईं तरफ खींचने की कोशिश करें. When you pull, what do? ये जोर लगाने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? You hold your breath. Yes or no? सांस रोकी आपने? Even if you have to align yourself, what is the basic key? वो कुंजी क्या है? वो चाबी क्या है? It is kumbhak. It is holding your breath. So if you use breath hold in a particular manner, you can align the whole body. That is what we teach in Ashtaang Chikitsa, how to align your body. And once your body is aligned, you will feel very light. आपको हल्का महसूस होगा. You lose excess of weight. जो भी आपके शरीर में बचाने के लिए शरीर ने कुछ भी किया है वो आपका ठीक हो जाएगा. So Sankhya Sharir, this is the second factor. Now again, if you have to align or Sankhya, if you have to correct the Sankhya, you have to use Kumbhak. Now let's go to the third part, Pramana. Now one more thing in Sankhya, what I want to actually tell you that there is a way of doing a movement and holding the breath. अगर आपको तरीका पता है ना how to align, how you want to align your navel, how you want to align, how you can align your chest. अगर ये तरीका पता है ना, then only you will be able to align. So it needs a little commitment. एक थोड़ा committed atmosphere चाहिए होता है उसके लिए. That is why we teach it in the class. हम क्लास में सिखाते हैं. Now the fourth aspect, प्रमाण शरीर, प्रकृति, विकृति, संख्या, प्रमाण. चौथे पे आ गए हम, प्रमाण. प्रमाण means density. इसका मतलब होता है डेंसिटी, गुरुत्व, भार. डेंसिटी, इसी को धातु भी कहते हैं. वी कॉल इट धातु. देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ टिश्यू इन योर बॉडी, इजंट इट? आपके शरीर में अलग अलग तरीके के कोशिकाएं हैं. लाइक बोन इज वेरी मच डेंस. हड्डी जो है वो बहुत भारी होती है. योर मसल्स इज लेस डेंसर देन योर बोन. आपकी जो मांसपेशियां हैं वो उससे कम घनत्व है उसमें. और आपके फैट में एडिपोज टिश्यू जिसे कहते हैं, your fat muscle, your fat tissue or adipose tissue is very light compared to the muscles and bones. जिनके शरीर में मसल ज्यादा होगा उनका वेट ज्यादा होता है. People who have denser bones and muscles, their weight is high even though they are lean. वो पतले होने के बाद भी उनका भार ज्यादा होता है. So there are different kinds of tissues. This is called as सप्त धातु. 7 different density tissue की है आपके शरीर में. There are 7 different densities, tissue of different densities. रस, रक्त, मांस, मेद, अस्थि, मज्जा, शुक्र. These are 7 densities. ये अलग अलग भार के टिश्यूज हैं. If the densities becomes less, if you lose the density, your organ functioning will not happen properly. आपके अंदर जितने भी organs हैं, हार्ट, लिवर, लंग्स, किडनी, ये जितने भी ऑर्गन्स है ना, इनको काम करने के लिए देयर इज अ डेंसिटी रिक्वायर्ड. सो वी आर लूजिंग ऑन द डेंसिटी ऑफ आवर ऑर्गन. हमारी ऑर्गन वीक हो रही है. व्हाट इज डायबिटीज? योर पैनक्रियाज इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली, योर लिवर इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली. व्हाट इज हाइपोथायराइड? योर थायराइड ग्लैंड इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली, है ना? इट हैज आल्सो रिलेशन विथ लिवर. व्हाट इज किडनी डिजीज? योर किडनी इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली. ऑर्गन डैमेज आजकल ज्यादा है. यू विल सी मोर क्रॉनिक डिजीज आर देयर, है ना? ऑर्गन से रिलेटेड डिजीज. सो हाउ डू यू करेक्ट योर ऑर्गन? सपोज देयर इज अ जॉइंट पेन ड्यू टू लिवर डिसफंक्शन. लिवर के कारण आपके शरीर में जॉइंट पेन है, इन्फ्लेमेशन. सो यू विल हैव टू करेक्ट द लिवर. आपको लिवर ठीक करना पड़ेगा. इज देयर अ मेडिसिन टू करेक्ट लिवर? नो, देयर इज नो मेडिसिन टू रिजुवेनेट योर ऑर्गन. आज तक कोई दवाई नहीं बनी है आपके हार्ट को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके किडनी को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लिवर को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके पैनक्रियास को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लंग्स को. देयर इज नो मेडिसिन. देयर कैन नॉट बी अ मेडिसिन. दवाई हो ही नहीं सकती है. सो यू विल हैव टू वर्क इंटरनली. आपको अंदर काम करना पड़ेगा. अंदर आप काम कैसे कर सकते हैं? बाहर तो कर सकते हैं. यू कैन डू एक्सरसाइज, यू कैन डू वेट ट्रेनिंग, इजंट इट? But people into sports and weight training and exercise, they also get diabetes, they also get heart attack. 40 साल के जवान जो है वो बॉडी बिल्डर्स, वो हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है. एक्सरसाइज कैन नॉट रिजुवेनेट योर ऑर्गन. एक्सरसाइज से आपका हार्ट स्ट्रांग नहीं होने वाला. सो हाउ विल इट हैपन? ये होगा कैसे? शुड वी डू ए लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंट? एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करें. नाउ कीप योर लेफ्ट पाम लाइक दिस. अपने बाएं हथेली को ऐसा रखें, दाएं मुट्ठी बांध ले दाएं हाथ से. Make a fist from the right hand. Keep your left palm like this and try to push your left palm very hard. जोर से धक्का दीजिए अपने बाएं हथेली को. पुश कीजिए, जोर से पुश कीजिए. How do you create this strength of pushing? ये जो शक्ति आप क्रिएट करेंगे, जो स्ट्रेंथ पैदा कर रहे हैं धक्का देने का, कैसे कर रहे हैं? You are holding your breath. You are holding your breath behind. करके देखिए दोबारा. Again, do it. Do it again. See? Push it hard. You hold your breath. सांस रोकते हैं आप. बट सांस रोक के by holding the breath, where are you creating the trigger? वो ट्रिगर कहां, वो एफर्ट कहां क्रिएट कर रहे हैं? यहां पे कर रहे हैं एफर्ट, बाहर कर रहे हैं, एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं ना. यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. सो व्हेन यू लिफ्ट समथिंग, कोई भार आप उठाते हैं, so how do you lift weight? वेट कैसे लिफ्ट करते हैं? You hold your breath. You can't lift weight without holding your breath. You hold your breath and when you lift weight with the right hand, suppose कीजिए आप दाएं हाथ से वेट उठा रहे हैं, the trigger goes to the right hand muscles. दाएं हाथ के मसल में ट्रिगर चला जाता है and this becomes strong. Your right hand muscle grows ऐसा ही होता है ना, बॉडी बिल्डिंग ऐसे ही होता है ना. दिस इज व्हाट हाउ वेट ट्रेनिंग एंड बॉडी बिल्डिंग हैपेंस, isn't it? So by holding the breath, you are creating an external trigger. Now, very important part of this webinar. You hold your breath and do not move your body. What will happen? आप सांस रोक लें, अपने शरीर को बिल्कुल ना हिलाएं. क्या होगा? What will happen? You are not creating an external trigger. अब बाहरी दिशा नहीं दे रहे इसको, तो कहां जाएगा ये? डायरेक्शन कहां जाएगा? इंटरनली. योर हार्ट रेट विल इंक्रीज. आपके हार्ट बीट से हो जाएगी ना, गर्मी लगने लग जाएगी शरीर. यू स्टार्ट स्वेटिंग आफ्टर सम टाइम, पसीना आ जाएगा. वेयर डिड द ट्रिगर गो? इनसाइड. So by breath hold, you can create an internal trigger. Can you direct it towards your heart, towards your liver, towards your kidney, towards your thyroid, towards the other organ and make it strong? इसके अलावा कोई चारा नहीं है. देख लीजिए. How you made one hand more stronger than the other? एक हाथ कैसे आपका ज्यादा ताकतवर हो गया दूसरे से? Because you worked with that hand more, isn't it? आपने उस हाथ से ज्यादा काम किया. And how did you work? Breath hold and direction. Breath hold and direction. That hand became strong. So if you do breath hold and direction inside, that organ will become strong. This is the only way. There is no other way. So how you can rejuvenate your liver? How you can make your liver strong? How you can make your heart strong? By us creating a specific direction. This is Kumbhak therapy, which is a part of Ashtaang Chikitsa. So how do you correct the Pramana Sharira or the organ body? By creating an internal trigger. ठीक है? तो और दूसरा तरीका, there is no medicine for that. कोई दवाई नहीं है उसके लिए. And there cannot be a medicine. कोई दवाई बन नहीं सकती. So at this point of time, everybody's organ is getting weak. Not even people like you. For youngsters also. छोटे बच्चों के भी organ weak हो रहे हैं. इस वक्त ये जरूरी है कि अंदरूनी काम किया जाए. It is important to work inside and rejuvenate your organ, make your organ strong. Now let's come to the other part, which is marma. Your organ, muscles, bones, they all work together, isn't it? आपका heart, आपके muscles, your nervous system, muscles, bones, they all work together. If you take out heart, you will not be able to move. You will not be able to live. If you take out liver, you will not be able to live. So they all work together. So there are junctions. ऐसी जगह है जहां पे की मूवमेंट होती है. देयर आर जंक्शंस, मसल एंड नर्व जंक्शन, मसल एंड बोन जंक्शन, टू बोन्स एंड देयर इज अ जंक्शन. ऐसा ही है ना, दो हड्डियों के बीच में एक जोड़ है. ऑर्गन आपकी आंतों के बीच में, लंग्स, ऑर्गन्स एंड द एक्सटर्नल बॉडी इज कनेक्टेड. ये सब जुड़ी हुई है, कहीं ना कहीं जुड़ी हुई. ये जो जंक्शन पॉइंट है, दिस जंक्शन पॉइंट ऑफ द वेरियस ऑर्गन्स इज कॉल्ड एज मर्मा. If this junction point is okay, lubricated and flexible, you can perform better. अगर ये जंक्शन पॉइंट ठीक से काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक से मूवमेंट कर रहे हैं, तो आपका शारीरिक मूवमेंट ठीक से होगा. Your organ function will happen properly. So these are called murmurs. So murmur needs a constant rejuvenation. इनको कॉन्स्टेंटली एक तरीके से मूवमेंट देना पड़ता है. टू कीप इट फाइन, वी नीड टू एक्चुअली मेक them मूव इन अ पर्टिकुलर वे कॉन्स्टेंटली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम गिविंग अनदर एग्जाम्पल. इफ योर मर्मस आर नॉट फंक्शनिंग फॉर, देयर आर टू काइंड्स ऑफ सर्कुलेटरी मूवमेंट इन योर बॉडी. आपके शरीर में दो तरीके का मूवमेंट का, ब्लड सर्कुलेशन एंड लिम्फ सर्कुलेशन. ऐसे मान के चलिए, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट, देयर आर टिश्यूज एंड सेल्स. आपकी कोशिकाएं हैं. The waste product gets thrown out of their walls. वो अपने बाहर अपना waste छोड़ देते हैं. And by movement of tissues and cells, these waste product comes to a certain place called joints or lymph node. अंग्रेजी में उनको lymph node कहते हैं. All your joints are lymph node. आप ऐसे खटकाते हैं तो आवाज आती है ना. If you just tense the joints, there will be a sound. टक से आवाज आएगी ना. क्या हुआ? Gases release हुई. There is a release of gases and toxins. So it only happens through movement. वो बिना movement के नहीं होगा. Blood circulation can happen without movement because there is a pumping organ. एक हार्ट है जो ब्लड सर्कुलेशन करवा रहा है, लिम्फ का कोई सर्कुलेशन नहीं करवा रहा. इट विल ओनली हैपन बाय मूवमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी. So if you move the body in a particular way, these toxins, they go out of the body. There is a constant rejuvenation of cells. Internal environment साफ बनेगा आपका, तभी there will be प्रकृति, न्यू सेलुलर फॉर्म, बेटर सेलुलर फॉर्मेशन. अगर वो एनवायरमेंट ठीक नहीं होगा तो रॉन्ग सेलुलर फॉर्मेशन कॉल्ड, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कैंसर. गलत सेल बनते हैं तो कैंसर कहते हैं ना उसी को. सो बिकॉज ऑफ एन इंटरनल एनवायरमेंट, कैंसर हैपेंस बिकॉज ऑफ अ कैंसरस एनवायरमेंट. और उसके लिए इफ यू वांट टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट, देन देयर शुड बी कांस्टेंट रिजुवनेशन ऑफ मर्म. तो इसमें हम मर्म, अष्टांग चिकित्सा में देयर इज अ पार्ट इन अष्टांग चिकित्सा, देयर इज अ पार्ट कॉल्ड एज अंगन्यासा एंड मर्म विन्यासा, which actually works upon, there is a particular movement in a particular way with a particular kind of breathing. It's a part of Ashtaang Chikitsa. Now go a little further. Now everything is ready for functioning. Now tissues, organ, joint, marma, सब कुछ तैयार हो गया. Now you function, you live your life, you do movement, you do function. काम होता है ना. तो function, there are three things which are attached to function. तीन चीजें हैं function के साथ में जुड़ी: material, energy and movement. Function means three things: material, energy and dynamism. इसी को कहते हैं कफ, पित्त, वात. This you must have heard of. आजकल तो बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटी चलती है, व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी, फेसबुक यूनिवर्सिटी, यूट्यूब यूनिवर्सिटी. So everybody is educated. You know, at least you must have heard of this word called vata, pitta, kapha. Most of the people do not know what it is. They try to make an idea. But material, energy and dynamism, kapha, pitta, vata. Most of the problem is attributed to dynamism. वात दोष ज्यादातर प्रॉब्लम के साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है. So what is your joint problem? What is it called as? वात दोष. Right? मूवमेंट को आप कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं? व्हाट इज वात? मूवमेंट. वात ऑल्सो क्रिएट्स पेन. सो मूवमेंट, हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल मूवमेंट? इफ यू वांट टू मूव योर हैंड, हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल द मूवमेंट? अगर आप ऐसे ऐसे तेजी से हाथ हिलाए, देखिए पीछे, अपने पीछे देखिए, हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल दिस मूवमेंट? बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ इन अ पर्टिकुलर मैनर. अपनी सांसों को एक तरीके से चलाते हैं इसके लिए. यस और नो? You control your movement by holding your breath. Without holding your breath, you cannot control your movement. So वात दोष से बाहर आना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you want to come out of vata dosh, what you need to do is control your movement. कुंभक करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं करना पड़ेगा? There is no other way. If you apply joint pain relief sprays or some gel, उससे क्या होगा? Temporary, you will get a joint pain relief. Temporary, it's little temporary. क्या आपका घुटना ठीक हो जाएगा? No, it will not happen. So if you want to really have a control over the movement of your body, over your life, then you must practice kumbhak. कोई और चारा है नहीं. So दोष शरीर को, if you want to correct the dosha imbalances in your body, the most potent way is kumbhak. Other ways are also available, but they are less potent. There are medicines, all the herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, they do vata pitta kapha balance, but to a certain extent. केवल एक extent तक ही कर सकते हैं. They can be a little help, but they cannot be cure, rejuvenation. If you do kumbhak for 3 years, you will become 10 years younger. This is called as rejuvenation. So neuro problem, usually कहते हैं neuro problem. Somebody was talking about so what people were talking about, spondylitis and what else? Neuro problem. Now something called as drop foot, neuropathy, है ना? ये चीज आपने सुना होगा. You must have heard of these things. So neuropathy happens on, you don't have a control. Parkinson, again a neuro problem. Huh? There is degenerative disease, which the doctor will say it doesn't become fine. It doesn't, no, there is no solution for that. There are sometimes autoimmune disorder of nervous origin, for which there is no solution. कोई solution है ही नहीं. So I'll tell you some examples. मैं आपको कुछ example बताता हूँ. So there was a person who was suffering from paralysis. एक 64-65 year old professor of Delhi University or some associate Delhi University का कोई college है उसमें. So he suffered a paralytic stroke and lost sensation in one part of the body. He started doing Kumbhak. In 3 months' time, he regained the sensation by almost 95% on that part. Now another example. There is a marathon runner. She's a lady, a lady marathon runner. She started developing drop foot, uncontrolled legs. She couldn't control her legs. Suddenly, uska marathon सब बंद हो गया. She was almost like stuck at one place. She started doing Kumbhak. And after 4 to 5 months, she reported, I am preparing for next marathon. So there was a person who was suffering from myasthenia gravis, where the muscles are not in control. आंखें पड़कती रहती हैं, muscles हिलते रहते हैं. They are in always fluctuating mode. He started Kumbhak, and in 3 months' time, he reported that it's gone maximum, like it's gone about 80 to 85% it's gone. Another person who was not able to speak for more than 2-3 words, he was not able to speak. Uska voice box related issue tha. It is also a neuro origin. So he started Kumbhak. In 4 to 5 months time, he said, I can talk for long now. मैं काफी समय तक अब बोल सकता हूं जो पहले नहीं बोल सकता था. So these are examples of people who have done Kumbhak and they have come out of the problem of neuro origin. I'm talking about problems you're talking like Parkinson, paralysis, and neuropathy. You can actually revive. Your whole nervous system can revive. Let's get to the second last part, or the 7th Sharira. It is called as Garbha Sharira. Garbha means a quality. The Sanskrit word Garbha means a quality of environment, an environmental quality. So Garbha fundamentally is called as quality, and the quality can be created by something called as samskara. Samskara is a way of creating quality. So Garbha means quality. Garbha, quality or genetics are correlated. I'm talking genetics. When you say Garbha Sharira, it is your genetics. Your genetics is responsible for your personality, for the quality of your body. How much your body has potential in what direction, in what vertical. It is your genetics. Isn't it? This is called as Garbha Sharira. The Garbha Sharira gives you the genetics. Can you correct your genetics? It has also some relation with what you call as karma. When we say samskara, it is called as related to what you have done. So your genetics is also what you have done. Your genetics is also what you have done. So can you correct your genetics? Yes, 99% of your genetics can be changed. Now, the modern research says 99% of the total genetical quality is epigenetics, changeable genetics, variable genetics. You can actually change your genetics. So earlier theory of genetics cannot be changed is now been busted. So now you can change your genetics also. If the doctor says, oh, you have a problem because of your genetics, then tell the doctor, please change my genetics, because modern research says genetics can be changed. But they are thinking of stem cells, which is not the right way to approach genetics. I'm telling you, Kumbhak is a way to change genetics. When you do Kumbhak, you are actually applying epigenetic triggers inside the body, which will change your genetics. And that's why people into diabetes, they drop their medicine. People of who have blood pressure issues, they don't need a medicine to control their blood pressure. Whatever genetics you say or what is being said in the world today can be changed. But you have to do certain things in a certain way. Only then it will happen. The last part is Shrishti Sharira. Eighth Sharira is Shrishti Sharira. Shrishti means what? In which you are sunk. Like Shrishti for a fish is the sea. एक मछली के लिए समुद्र सृष्टि है. So the water around her is सृष्टि for her. So for human being, the cosmos, ये ब्रह्मांड is सृष्टि. So it applies lot of forces. Na? What is environment? What is universe? Lot of forces acting. Na? You walk on earth in the force which is called as gravity. Gravity pulls you down constantly. Within this gravity, you walk. So you make an effort against gravity and then you walk. There is a very high environment or the pressure of this atmosphere. Atmosphere का pressure है ना आपके ऊपर. उसके बावजूद भी आप move करते हैं, चलते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं. You do everything. So this is Srishti. The forces of environment is Srishti. Now I am bringing up something very, very unique and important. Now suppose gravity pulls you down. You know this, gravity pulls you down. Why do you grow tall? Gravity तो आपको नीचे खींचता है ना, गुरुत्वाकर्षण आपको नीचे खींचता है. आप लंबे क्यों हो जाते हैं? एक पेड़ ऊपर क्यों उग जाता है? Why a tree grows up? Why a bird flies? Because you must be applying a force opposite to gravity. Yes or no? आप जोर लगा रहे होंगे gravity के विरुद्ध. आप जानते भी नहीं हैं. You don't even know, notice. But you are applying a force opposite to gravity. Suppose कीजिए आपके अंदर this force becomes weak inside you. Gravity के opposite force लगाना कमजोर हो गया. आपको कैसा फील होगा? How will you feel in your body and mind? You will feel heavy, pulled by gravity. आप उठा नहीं पाएंगे ना, हल्का महसूस नहीं कर पाएंगे. Will not feel light. How will you feel? Heavy. ऊपर नहीं उठा पाएंगे तो नीचे heavy feel करेंगे. Where will the heaviness impact? ये heaviness कहां असर करेगा आपके? Joint पे? It will impact the joint? Yes or no? This heaviness is called as stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. You talk about stress, but आपको मालूम नहीं है stress क्या है. You think situation creates stress. No. Put 10 people in the same situation. 5 will get stressed, 5 will not. It is not the situation. It is your inability to handle a situation creates stress. आपकी क्षमता नहीं है अगर किसी सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने की, तब आपको उसमें स्ट्रेस होगा. So are you doing anything to increase your capability and the capacity to handle situation? No, you are not doing it. So I talked about one force. एक फोर्स के बारे में बात किया. The upward force is called उदाना. In कुंभक कलाचार, in कुंभक विज्ञान, we call it उदाना. इसको हम उदान कहते हैं. Have you heard of this word उड़ान? उड़ान सुना है नाम आपने? उड़ना, उड़ान. This has come from the root udana. That means opposite to gravity force. There are 84 forces which you are struggling every moment through. 84 अलग-अलग forces में आप काम करते हैं. Your organ function according to these forces. So which force has gone weak in you because of which you have got into one problem? आपके अंदर कौन सा force weak हो गया जिसकी वजह से आप problem में आ गए? That is what we diagnose in prana shakti diagnosis. यही प्राण शक्ति diagnosis है. We find out the force which has become weak in you, and because of that you have got into one problem and then another and then another and then another. This is the root cause. So we do prana shakti diagnosis, and in the 9 weeks you learn the basic module, and you get an extra class where the whole module get customized according to your system. 9 हफ्ते तक आप एक मॉड्यूल सीखते हैं. There are 3 things in that module which actually takes care of all these 8 aspects. ये 8 चीजों का वो ध्यान रखता है. 3 चीजें हैं. The first one is called as अंगन्यासा. The second one is called as hatha vinyasa. The third one is called as kumbhak therapy. So in 9 weeks you learn this module of 3 steps And then you get an extra class of customization where we diagnose you and customize the whole module according to your system and problem. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. So it takes care of all the Sharira. Sharira means body and mind complex. Prakriti, Vikriti, Sankhya, Pramana, Marma, Dosha, Garbha, Srishti. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So if you work upon the body, see, you will never get a magic pill. If you wait for eternity, you will not get a magic pill. कोई ये मैजिक दवाई नहीं बन सकती शरीर के लिए. Why? Because this body is first of all not designed for chemical medicine. Is your body designed for chemical medicine? No, your body is not designed for chemical medicine. जब आप एक पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेते हैं तो डीजल डालते हैं उसमें. Would you put diesel into a petrol vehicle? No, not never. Common sense, it is designed for petrol. So when your body is not designed for chemical medicine, where does this common sense go? ये common sense कहां चला जाता है इस समय जब हम अपने शरीर को इस्तेमाल करते हैं? That is why more medicine, more disease in the last 50 years. Enough example, isn't it? So you must work upon this. Body is magical. Let me give you this guarantee. ये शरीर बहुत मैजिकल है. ये ठीक करता है अपने आप को. This is the only gadget which is self corrective or it corrects itself. ये खुद को ठीक करता है. आप मौका दें इसको. You empower your system and you'll see magic happening in your life. So it is important wherever you invest your time, money, focus, that thing grows. आपने दवाइयों पे इन्वेस्ट किया पिछले 50 सालों में, कितनी बढ़ गई, वो आपको रूल करने लग गई. आप हेल्थ पे इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. जस्ट इन्वेस्ट इन हेल्थ एंड you'll see your health will improve. Not only your health, the health of next generation will improve. So it is our responsibility that we focus on this beautiful system that we have been given or gifted with and transform our lives, make our lives better. So I'll stop here. यहाँ पे मैं रुकूंगा. हाँ? So the team will take you forward. Team आपको आगे.
Thank you so much for listening to Swamiji patiently. I hope थोड़ा बहुत आप लोगों को समझ में आया है कि आप कैसे नेचुरल वे से खुद को ठीक कर सकते हैं. Yes or no? Give me a thumbs up. थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आया तो. Okay. So now I would like to invite Anurag sir. He would give you a little more insight on Ashtaang Chikitsa. Over to Anurag sir. Thank you so much, Anurag sir, for joining us.
Hi, ma'am. Hi,
sir,
everybody.
please. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I've been associated with the Ashtaang Kriya for the past 2.5 months. Some of my issues were like indigestion, acidity, gastritis, and so these were some physical issues. This also resulted into body pain and joints pain. And because of this thing, for the past 4 or 5 years, I was not feeling well in terms of confidence, and mentally also I was constantly thinking about my stomach issues. I think for the past 2.5 months, there has been considerable improvement in all of these areas. जैसे digestion, I think पहले से मुझे लगता है काफी इम्प्रूवमेंट है, और सबसे ज्यादा इम्प्रूवमेंट जिसमें मुझे दिखता है दैट इज द एनर्जी दैट आई गेट आफ्टर डूइंग क्रिया इन द मॉर्निंग. उसके बाद जो एनर्जी आती है, जनरली आई एम सेइंग, ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब यू कैन फ्लाई, इतनी एनर्जी आती है. यू वांट टू डू थिंग्स And I also got a lot of confidence. और एक और बात जो मैंने नोटिस करी कि कोर्स के पहले आई वाज सो डाउन कि जो मेरे शोल्डर्स हैं वो हमेशा झुके हुए रहते थे. And after this course I have noticed that my shoulders are intact. They are up, and I want to do a lot of things that I want to achieve. एक और बात जो स्वामी जी ने उनके कोर्सेज के टाइम पे और बाकी सब लोगों ने भी, पूरी टीम ने बताई थी कि focus is very important while you doing the kriya. So we are advised to focus on different points in the body, and I think because of that focus, that has improved the concentration. I've started thinking about myself and not getting too much worried about the world. That internal focus that led to this very magical and surprising thing in my life. I used to get worried about the surroundings, about the people around me, about what is happening in the world. But I think this focus internal, उसने काफी help किया कि think about your own well-being rather than unnecessary being getting worried about the world. I think, and the last point that I want to make is that everybody in the team is so helpful. They would help you. They would go to to any extent to help you out and to make you feel better. So thank you so much, and I feel excited to be part of this journey further as well, to become better and more get more strength in my body and my mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anurag sir, for sharing your experience with Ashtaang Chikitsa. I would like to now invite Sugandha ma'am to share her experience. Sugandha ma'am, yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to share with everyone. I've been suffering from a lot of issues, like I couldn't figure out whether it was a neuro or bone problem or circulatory issue or ENT problem. So I was going from one doctor to other. Everyone said you are okay and all that. But I was stuck with the problem. So it was aggravating. It was figuring out, sometimes like vertigo, sometimes like a neuro, sometimes like all bones become stiff and all joint problems. So I was continuing my Ayurveda internal medicines for 2 years. That was giving me some relief, but not completely. So that time I stumbled upon this about this program, and I thought, why not listen to what Swamiji says? Then whatever I listened, it resonated so well with me. All the principles, everything he said was, yeah, chef, I could not dispute anything, whatever he said. So I thought, I decided to join. And on 14th of March, I think I joined the group, batch. And then I've been doing the kriyas and everything to the best I can do. And the one thing is, starting from the ghee therapy and everything, whatever is been told, I am following. It's working excellently well. It's working very well with me. And then first thing is, as he said, the release of energy, so much of energy. I am getting up at 4:30 in the morning so that I will have my personal time to do all these things. So that itself is a great achievement. And every day I'm looking forward to doing this, because the whole day is filled with positive energy and positive feelings. My hand movements have improved. Before I could not spread the hand fully. Now I can spread. I could not cut vegetables and all that. Now all that is becoming flexible, and I'm feeling light. And I should. It's a very, very commendable team. Team support is so excellent. They are hand holding and then clarifying all the doubts in the group, and anything we can fall back for the for support. I really recommend this to. I already recommended to many people. I recommend to everyone to try this, give a chance, and then invest time so that to come out of our issues. And I really thank Swamiji and his team for this great seva. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sugandha ma'am, for joining us in the webinar. Now I would like to invite Geeta ma'am. Geeta Singh ma'am, can you please switch on your camera and unmute yourself, please? Yes, Geeta ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Actually, I start with जो स्वामी जी बोलते हैं, whatever स्वामी जी said, it's true. मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस है. मैंने प्राण ऊर्जा को चैनलाइज करके एसिड रिफ्लक्स ठीक किया है अपना. मेरा सियाटिका थोड़ा था, वो ठीक हो गया है. और मेरी स्किन सेंसिटिव हो गई थी, तो सन में जाते ही थोड़ा एलर्जिक हो जाता था और 10 दिन अगले ट्रबल में जाते थे, वो भी ठीक हो गया. इट ऑल हील. कुंभक थेरेपी का मुझे शुरू में इतना पता नहीं था, तो अभी आई थिंक 6 वीक से मैं साथ में हूँ. पूरी कंप्लीट कोर्स किया नहीं है, बट स्टिल देयर आर चेंजेस जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जॉइंट्स में मुझे टचवुड कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बट आफ्टर टेकिंग घी थेरेपी मूवमेंट इज मच लाइटर. I can feel in movement my joints, it's much lighter. And 1 kg मेरा वेट रिड्यूस हो गया है. मैं कोई कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नहीं करा, खाना पीना प्रॉपर किया, बट 1 kg आई रिड्यूस्ड. उसके बाद जो ब्रीदिंग जो होल्ड करने के लिए बोलते हैं, दैट्स द पावर. एक्चुअली में उसमें पावर है, और वो आपकी पावर आप अपने लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. डिफरेंट वे में जाके वो किस किस जगह काम करती है हमको समझ नहीं आता, बट बी कंसिस्टेंट, क्योंकि ये चीजें वर्क करती हैं. मेरे लिए करी हैं तो ऑब्वियसली सबके लिए करेंगी. और एनर्जी लेवल, जैसे मैम ने पहले बोला, यस, एनर्जी लेवल इज कीपिंग होल डे. आप टायरिंग फील ही नहीं करेंगे. इवन थोड़ा भूख भी आपको किसी को कम लगेगी, किसी को ज्यादा. मेरे केस में थोड़ा भूख कम हो गई है. बट मेरे हिसाब से अगर आप इसको एक चांस देंगे तो डेफिनेटली इट विल चेंज योर होल पर्सोना. इट विल चेंज. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपकी सिर्फ पेन चला जाएगा. ये एक से ज्यादा चीजों पे वर्क करता है एक साथ. नॉट ओनली ऑन योर फिजिकल बॉडी, बट डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ बॉडीज ये वर्क करता है, और बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लेवल पे करता है. तो प्लीज बिलीव इट, एंड डेफिनेटली इट्स अ वेरी गुड थेरेपी. मुझे पहले नहीं पता था, बट अब मुझे कोई इशू नहीं है, बट स्टिल आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग टू एक्सप्लोर मोर. तो आई जस्ट बिलीव कि ये सब चीजें वर्क करती हैं. आप खुद की ही पावर को यूज कर रहे हैं अपने को ठीक करने के लिए. जैसे स्वामी जी ने कहा कि मैजिक इज यू. यस, वी हैव दैट मैजिक इनसाइड, बट हमें पता नहीं होता उसे यूज कैसे करना है. वो स्वामी जी ने जो हमें गाइड किया है, बिल्कुल सही किया है. एंड थैंक यू टू दिस टीम, टेक्निकल टीम भी, और वैसे भी आपके कोई डाउट्स होते हैं उनको क्लियर करने में, दे आर ऑलवेज देयर to help and support. So thank you so much, Swami ji, and all team. My blessings are with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am, for sharing your experience and with our participants. Now, without much delay, I would request Anil ji to share the program details, please. And after that, the question and answer, where Swami ji himself will be joining live.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I'll share my screen. Dashnaji, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get to know the details. What a lot of you may be waiting for. काफी लोग इंतजार कर रहे हैं डिटेल्स का. So we'll just share these details. First of all, this is a guided program conducted online by trained Kumbhak mentors. This is not something that you'll be given a video and you do it on your own. It's a guided program. That is very important. Now, as Swamiji already told in the webinar, there are 3 modules. We call them module 1, module 2 and module 3. सभी मॉड्यूल्स का ड्यूरेशन 21 डेज का, 21 दिन का ड्यूरेशन है फॉर ईच मॉड्यूल. तो टोटल जो ड्यूरेशन होगा, द टोटल ड्यूरेशन वुड बी 63 डेज. नाउ प्रोग्राम मोड, द टोटल एंगेजमेंट इज ऑफ 10 weeks, 9 for the main classes, and 1 week would be for the customized practices, and what are customized, we'll get to know in a short while. There will be 2 live classes every week. हर हफ्ते 2 क्लास होंगी, जिसमें से एक लर्निंग क्लास और एक mentoring class. One would be the learning class, one would be the mentoring class. Mentoring class is where you practice, and you have to, all the participants have to keep their cameras on so that our mentors can watch you and guide you there and then. Apart from this, all the classes are recorded. सभी classes record की जाती हैं, and the recording is made available through a login ID and password. और सभी जो recordings हैं वो आपको एक login ID password के through available कराई जाती है. तो अगर आपने कोई क्लास मिस भी की है तो उसकी आपको ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं है. What are the next steps? You pay the program fee, and we have a very special webinar price. So wait for us some more time. Then you fill the participant onboarding form so that we can add you to the class group जहां पे सारे आपको support मिलेगा. And then you start your classes starting with module 1. Ultimately, you will be completing all 3. Total classes, like already told you, module 1 will contain 6 classes, 3 learning and 3 mentoring, or 3 main class and 3 practice classes. Same is true. Same goes for module 2, module 3. So total 18 classes in all. And apart from these 18 classes, there will be 2 customization classes. Plus, there will be 2 Q&A live sessions with Swamiji, which happens on 15th of every month. So you'll be meeting Swamiji also, and you'll be interacting with him directly. So total engagement becomes 10 weeks. Total engagement जो है total 10 हफ्ते का होता है. Class start dates क्या है? What are the class start dates for 7? This is the 77th batch that we will be starting. Module 1 will start on 5th April, Monday at 6 p.m. After module 1 is over, module 2 will start on 17th May, which is a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Module 3, 8th June, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Ultimately, you'll be completing all 3 modules one by one. Mentor classes. For module 1, mentor classes are on Thursdays. For module 2, mentor classes are on Fridays. For module 3, mentor classes are on Saturdays. And we'll share all these details with you in the WhatsApp group as well as in the chat here. What is the class experience like? These are live sessions that you must have known by now. Mentors watch all the participants so that they can correct you there and then. A lot of times, many people ask that, is it possible to teach online? Will we able to learn online? So rest be assured, we have more than 900 participants, old and current participants. Everybody is learning online from age 25 to age 75. So we know how to conduct these classes so that each of you can really understand without having any doubt about the classes or the kriyas. Then you will be getting written instructions in English and Hindi, and then session recording. आपको class की recording भी मिलेगी, जैसा कि मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले बताया था. काफी extra चीजें होंगी. There will be a lot of extras that we'll be sharing with you. Mental practices होंगी, then unique diet perspective होगा. Mind you, this is not a diet plan. ये diet plan नहीं है. एक पर्सपेक्टिव, कौन से सीजन में क्या खाना है, क्यों खाना है, द फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ फूड, हाउ टू यूज फूड टू सपोर्ट योर बॉडी ताकि वो नुकसान ना करे. आप सिंपल डिटॉक्स प्रोसेसेस हैं जो शेयर किए जाएंगे और काफी नॉलेज शेयर किए जाएगी थ्रू स्वामी जी. नाउ बिफोर आई कम टू द प्रोग्राम फी, वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ मच वी कुड बी स्पेंडिंग, or some of us could be spending, or many of us could be spending just to manage the disease. ये important इसलिए है so that we know that what you getting as a permanent solution and what we are spending for a temporary solution. Like I have written doctor fee here, 6,000 to, these are yearly figures that I have written down. They may vary from city to city where you reside. Doctor fee you could be paying 6,000 to 12,000 every year. Physiotherapy, another 12,000 to 30,000 you could be spending, and medicines you could be spending between 15,000 to 30,000. And again, these are just indicative figures. depending on your city of residence. Total, you could be spending anywhere between 33,000 to 72,000 per year. And the side effects of allopathy, if you're into allopathic treatments, then we all know about it. So we won't talk about that here. Before I share the program details, it's very important to who this program is not for, so that you clearly understand who this program is for. This is not for people who are looking for a magic pill and want results tomorrow only. This problem didn't get you, you didn't get your problem within a night or in a day or two or a month. This was built up over the years. But yes, it won't go over the years. It will go in weeks, but for that, you'll still have to wait and be patient. This is not for those who are not ready to work on their body. See, we are so used to popping a pill, taking some medicine to give immediate result. But when you are ready to work your body, you will be investing, other than the money, which is not much, the most important resource that you have, most important commodity that you have is time. So you need to invest time into this program. And it's not for those who cannot invest 60 to 70 minutes every day on themselves. Lot of times, I get to talk to people and they say that we are so busy in the office, we are so busy with the home housework that it's very difficult to take out time. But see, it's all a matter of priority. If health is your top priority, then you'll make out time. If health is not your priority, even if you have 24 hours to spare, you won't take out time that time also. So this is not for those who can't invest 60 to 70 minutes every day. This is not for those who are impatient. We all know this, that we need to put that time. And this is not for those looking for a free treatment or just some tips. A lot of people join the webinar, they join the WhatsApp group. See, it's the, I'd like to stop here and discuss this in detail because this is very important. Lot of times when we look for a free tip, free solution, we attend lots of webinars, we go to YouTube channel, we look at a video, another video, but you may have experienced this. Somebody talking on the YouTube video saying something else, another expert you find saying the opposite. Who to believe? So these are free videos and there's no accountability behind those videos. If you're looking for tips, the therapy doesn't work on tips. There has to be a fundamental authority. There has to be some authority person, like you talk to a doctor, you treat him as an authority. So if you take, although this is a natural treatment, but you need to understand that therapy works in a systematic manner. You can't pick pieces from here, tip from here, tip from there. So this will be a paid program. So people who are serious about it, and even if you try to get it free, learn some tips, the amount of time you waste looking for those free tips is expensive actually in the long run. So this was important. So I want to emphasize on this. Now, what all you get in the therapy? The first thing is the Prana Shakti diagnosis for root cause determination. This is the key to the therapy. The root cause determination. This in itself, thus the cost of this diagnosis could be worth the cost of the whole program. Because most of the therapies that we come across do not find, or rather, they are not able to find the root cause. What got you into that problem in the first place? Just, you know, the experts treating you, they just make an intelligent guess and they do some experiments. If that doesn't work, they'll do some more experiments. So this in itself is worth the whole cost of the program alone, but this is included in the whole program. Second, weekly one main class of 60 to 90 minutes you will be getting with our experts. They'll be guiding you, hand holding you, so that you learn each and every kriya very clearly. Weekly one practice class of 60 to 90 minutes. Then online course access for 1 year. Like I told you, all these classes are recorded. The recording will remain with you for complete 1 year. After the 10 weeks of engagement or 10 weeks of the program is over, this recording remains with you for complete 1 year. So you don't have to worry about where to look for. You don't have to write anything in the class. The recordings will be available. So easy to, understand and do the kriyas. Then videos of all kriyas done in the class separately. One is the recording of the whole class. And the other thing, this fifth point is the kriyas, how to do a particular kriya. Separate videos are also there, because you may not want to go through the whole 1.5 hours of class just to know how the kriya will be done. So the kriyas videos are given separately to you. So as to save you a lot of time. Written instruction. Many people do not want to watch the videos. They just want to print the instruction and do the kriyas from there. So whatever is your style of learning, you can either choose the written or the video. Both options are there. 7th point, private WhatsApp group to ask doubts, questions. Like in the after the webinar, some of the people shared their experience that the experts handhold you. This private WhatsApp group is where this will be your home, your house for the next 10 weeks. Here you will be asking all the doubts. Like I already told you, there'll be 2 live classes. Now on the remaining 5 days, when you're practicing alone, and if you have a doubt that time, where do you go? You go here in this group and you ask your question. Our mentors are there. They'll be guiding you, answering you. And if there's a need, they'll be calling you on phone. And if there's further need, they'll have a video call also with you, so that you understand, each and every participant understand the therapy, the kriyas properly, clear, no, without any doubt. Because these are very technical kriyas, they need to be done as instructed. 8th, individual participant progress tracking feedback. Each day you'll be getting a form and you'll be reporting through that form what went well, what didn't go well, what problem you faced, what is improving, so that there's a record we can keep and you can also refer to it later on. Therapy customization for each participant in the 10th week. Many of you would be having this question in mind, that if everybody's problem is different, so how come the program is safe for all? The 9 weeks are to teach you the kriyas, and in the 10th week, when the customization happens, that will be based on the Pran Shakti diagnosis. The therapy will be customized as per each participant's problem, as per each participant's root cause of the disease. So this time the therapy would be fine-tuned and customized for all the participants, and that's how each participant gets the separate customized kriyas. 10th point, this old students group, we keep in touch even after the program is over. This is very important. See, this way we are able to offer you lifetime support, and this is the only program which offers this. After the 10 weeks are over, you'll be shifted from the class group to the old students group, which means that you'll still be able to get connected with, you'll still be able to ask us questions, ask us doubts. And this is very important. We understand it's an online thing, it's an online program. So this is a little different from the face-to-face communication or face-to interaction that we are used to. So we understand that, and that's why we offer this lifetime support, so that you don't have to bother even after the program is over, and you don't pay for that. That's very important. All these points I've written down again. You already told you the program fees of Ashtaang Chikitsa 9 or 10 weeks program is 10,500. But like I told in the beginning, there's a special webinar pricing which each and every one of you will be able to afford. What is that? Let's get to know it. Just 5,500 for the complete program. Now, 10 weeks program, 22 classes. And if we divide 5,500 by 22, it comes to just 250 rupees per class, plus all the benefits that I talked about, the Pran Shakti diagnosis, the customized therapies, 22 classes, WhatsApp group support, lifetime support even after the program is over. So we made it so affordable for all that there's no excuse of saying no to the program. How to enroll? You pay the program fee, you post the payment receipt in the WhatsApp group that you're a part of. Then you fill the participant onboarding form, which Neha from our team will be sending you. You join the first module. After that, start attending classes to learn Ashtaang Chikitsa. These are payment details. We'll share in the WhatsApp group also, as well as in chat. Now, I'll just stop here for a while and talk about our super team. Why this is a super team, you'll get to understand. the people who were part of our program, they talked about, we've got 3 people, they talked about the hand holding and the support. See, howsoever good a program may be, but if there's no proper team to back the program, there's not much in the program in itself. So that's why we have a full-time team of 9 staff members, team members. Rachna Shrimal Botra, the host of the program, she is the program director also. Then we have Shalini Bhagwat, she takes care of all the batch formation, and she'll be adding you, and if she'll be sending links to the class, the Zoom links she'll be sharing in the group. Then we have Atul Sharma, one of the senior mentors, Pooja Chopra, another mentor, Ranjana, another mentor, Rakhi Chawda, another mentor, Neha Upadhyay, she is in charge of enrollments, and she'll be the person which whom you'll be talking to in this coming 3-4 days before the batch starts. Anil Chauhan, that's me. After the webinar, many of you will have a lot of questions. You'll be posting them in the WhatsApp group, and I'll be answering all of them. I'll be there till 11 p.m. till each and every question is answered. And then we've got 3 more days, and I'll be answering all the questions inside the group. We have Himanshu Reddy. He's the person who takes care of the login IDs and password and the videos and the instructions. So he's the person you'll be going to, you'll be talking to if your video is not playing, if you're not able to download instructions, anything to do with the class recordings, he's the person to go to. So we have a super team of people, and the team will be supporting you at every step of the program, and we won't leave you, with doubts or with not much clarity. So that's why I wanted to stop here. And with this, I come to the end of my part, and I hand over back to Rachna ji, and I think Swamiji has also joined. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anilji, for sharing with us the program details. Now we will be, without much delay, we will be taking up the question and answer. Swamiji has already joined in. So I'll just put him on spotlight. Yes. Namaste, Swamiji. Good evening. Okay, you're not able to unmute yourself, is it? Okay, now it's okay. Okay, so I'll just take up the question one by one. Bhavna ma'am says, I am having lipodema after cancer treatment. Can this be cured?
Edema means swelling somewhere. So what is cancer? A particular tissue swells up, it becomes more. So there is a factor in the body. शरीर में एक factor है. The factor is called as Vyana Vayu. Now, if Vyana Vayu becomes disturbed, only then there will be any kind of lump or swelling. So already the Vyana Vayu is disturbed. Now, after the treatment, edema happens in certain other places, and slowly this edema will take over the shape of another lump. So can your chemotherapy guarantee non-recurrence, that cancer has completely become fine? No. It will relapse. It will relapse because the Vyana factor is anyway weak, and there are certain other factors which have got in imbalance. So what is the way to go forward? The way forward is correct those functional factors of your body. आपके शरीर में जो चीज खराब हो गई है उसको आप ठीक नहीं करेंगे तो solution नहीं है. So who digests your food? आपका भोजन कौन digest करता है? It's your body's ability. वो आपके शरीर की ability है. who even will be able to handle medicine? It is your body strength only. After a certain period of time, medicine, any kind of medicine won't work because your body is not able to utilize it. So even medicine is utilized by your body according to your body's various factors and strength. Whatever you eat gets utilized by your body by various factors and strengths. So where are we working? We are working here on this. So any kind of edema you'll see, Kumbhak will be easily be able to take care of. As I said, there is a Vyana practice in the module itself, the Kumbhak therapy. There are 3 things we teach in Kumbhak therapy. The third thing is Vyana Kriya Kumbhak. So that your structure, Vyana addresses the structure, the distribution of forces. So the moment Vyana becomes strong in your body, you'll see the edema will anyway go. Not only edema, if you have excess of any tissue anywhere, deposition, internal deposition, those things will go.
Okay, the next question is, I am suffering from fibromyalgia for the past 10 years. I would like to hear from Swamiji. Chandran Ponan.
Fibromyalgia, that means the muscle fibers are not able to function well and they have some deformity. Either they have dried up, they don't have the kind of tensile strength, it doesn't stretch, so you get stiffness, and it doesn't grow, so you get some kind of a shrunken areas. So fibromyalgia, muscle issue. Now I'll give you one example. We have seen many people with a neuromuscular disorder. For example, paralysis. Neuromuscular disorder. One side of the body gets paralyzed and it becomes almost like shrunken. There is a muscle issue also associated with it. They revive more than 95% of sensations in that area. How does this happen? Because only if your body is able to regenerate. If your body has weak regenerative factors, and I've described all those factors, 8 different levels of body. Ashta Sharira. One of the factors is regeneration. And you can easily do regeneration. Talking about a disease doesn't create a solution. That's why I'm saying, okay, let's do an experiment and see if it can do a solution or not. You ultimately want a solution, don't want more technical words. है ना, आपको ज्यादा टेक्निकल वर्ड और चाहिए क्या? वैसे ही गूगल भरा पड़ा है. You want a solution, isn't it? So I'll tell you to do a little experiment. ये experiment कीजिए. 2 liter water bottle और कोला बॉटल, आपके घर में जो भी सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक बॉटल होगा ना, 2 लीटर का, pick up in your right hand, lift it up like a dumbbell 100 times every day. After 2 weeks, what will you see? क्या आपको देखने को मिलेगा? Your right hand has generated a little more muscle. Regeneration करवा दिया आपने. Regeneration लेकिन कैसे करवाया? How did you do the regeneration? So how did you do lift the weight? Weight को कैसे lift किया? आप देखेंगे, you held your breath and lift the weight. आप सांस को रोकते हैं जब weight उठाते हैं. Without holding your breath, you cannot lift any weight. So how did you lift weight? By holding your breath. By holding your breath, you regenerated something. You directed your force towards a particular area due to a weight towards the right hand, and the right hand developed few more muscles. Very simply, there is a regenerative factor of the body. You just need to trigger it a little. How do you trigger it? By holding your breath and directing it towards a certain area. For example, if you do a little pattern, like you inhale 1 unit, hold 1 unit, exhale 4 units. exhale 4 in, your liver will start regenerating. If you inhale 4 unit, hold 2 unit, exhale 1 unit, your kidneys, it will impact your kidneys. So this is how we can create an impact on certain organs of the body, which has become weak. Behind that weakness, there is a certain factor because of which those organs became weak. We actually find out those factors and then design or customize your kumbha so that we can strengthen those factors. So not only that problem, but any kind of associated problem you'll be able to come out of. Myalgia किसी भी तरीके का, even neuromyalgia or neurodegeneration, these kind of things can be handled provided you work towards that specifically.
Okay, Neeraj sir writes hips, legs, knee pain 24 hours and nerve issues after vaccine of COVID in muscles, bones and nerves since last 1 year. Not able to do very mild routine work.
So I'll explain it from a completely different perspective. So your lower part of body is involved in the whole body dynamism. आपके पूरे शरीर को चलाने के लिए आपके लोअर पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी इस्तेमाल होता है. And dynamic factor is called as vata. Dynamic factor को वात कहते हैं. So in simplistic term, you have a vata dosha. आपको वात दोष होगा. And your movement has been stopped because of vata dosha. इसलिए movement रुक गया है and you get pain whenever you move in a very simplistic manner. Now your vata dosha may have a neuro or also nervous part associated with it, a muscle part associated with it, or a bone part associated. तो अगर आपका bone का issue है, then it is purely vata dosha. अगर muscle and movement is associated, then it's vata pitta. And neuro and movement is associated is kapha pitta. इस तरीके से something can be defined very, very specific. Now, what has happened? हुआ क्या? Vata dosha. Let's take it simply. Vata dosha. Vata dosha means you can't do the movement, and there is an aggravated or जिसे कहते हैं space element and the air element in that part has been aggravated. वो तेज हो गया. What will that also do is it will degenerate. It will increase the degeneration factor. इसकी वजह से क्या होगा? You will start losing muscle. Some people might start losing weight because of muscle, and there can be gaps in your bones. आपके bones में gap बढ़ना शुरू होता है. So how do you stop something? किसी चीज को आप रोकते कैसे हैं? Which has become aggravated. जो हाथ से चला गया उसको रोकते कैसे? Tell somebody to pull you. किसी को बोलो कि आपको खींचना और आपको रोकना. How do you hold? How do you stop someone? You stop someone by holding your breath. वात दोष को अगर आपको रोकना है तो you will have to create the strength of hold in your body because it has gone out of your control. तो पहला चीज तो मैंने बता दी कि by doing kumbhak you can actually come out of vata dosha. The second thing, we give you special methods in a particular region. So we give you methods in marma nyasa. The first part of the thing that you will learn is marma therapy or marma nyasa. Now, in different parts of the body, at a different marma point, we will tell you to create a gentle pressure or a movement along with your breath. And you'll see, you'll slowly start creating strength of your marma. What is marma? Marma is a point which almost combines your voluntary body with an involuntary body. जिस पे आपका कंट्रोल है और जिस पे आपका कंट्रोल नहीं है उनके बीच में कोई ना कोई तो जंक्शन होना चाहिए, तभी तो काम हो रहा है सारा. Those junctions are marma. So if you increase the strength of your marma point in a right manner, you'll see suddenly your body will come to a certain sense of ease. Aram mil jata hai. So there are methods to handle the lower part of the body. If you do that, you will get benefited immediately. You will get benefited slowly. If you will correct the Vayu dosha and the regenerative factor, increase the regenerative factor, you'll see over a period of time, you'll completely come out of this problem.
Okay. The next question from Hiralal sir. I have blockage in my heart. After chest pain, Max Hospital suggested and done angioplasty. They are asking to one another stain to remove 85% blockage. So I have seen your specialized Kumbhak therapy and I'm interested for that. Oh.
Okay. What does blockages mean? आपने कभी पौधों में पानी दिया? Have you watered plant through a pipe? So if you have to increase the pressure of water, and the pressure of water is not that much, आपको पानी दूर फेंकना है, क्या करते हैं आप? You press the nozzle of the pipe, isn't it? आप जो पाइप का आगे का हिस्सा उसको दबाते हैं ना, बंद कर जगह कम करते हैं, तो प्रेशर बढ़ता है, राइट? इसका मतलब आपका हार्ट में प्रेशर चाहिए उसको पंप करने के लिए. फॉर द एक्शन योर हार्ट नीड्स प्रेशर. सपोज the strength of your heart or something what we call as Dakshinagni has become weak. How will the heart function? Because heart has to function, the body has to survive somehow. So pressure create कैसे करेगा आपका heart? By creating blockages. Do you know in the teens, जो टीनेज होती है ना, उसमें अगर आपका हार्ट ब्लॉक नहीं क्रिएट करता है, if your heart doesn't create blocks, a person may not survive beyond 30. 30 के बाद वो survive ही नहीं करता. So creating blocks is basically a survival mechanism of your body. The second thing is angioplasty कर दिया, but your body does bypass, natural bypass also. अगर आप अपने शरीर पे थोड़ा काम करें, थोड़ा इसका वो हेल्थ फैक्टर बढ़ा दें, जोर लगाने की क्षमता बढ़ा दें, if required, your heart will do natural bypass. केवल आपको इतना ही करना पड़ेगा. You'll have to bear a little pain for 3-4 weeks. वो तो चलेगा ही. आप even though angioplasty is done, your pain will continue for that amount of time. But operate कर दिया तो तसल्ली मिल जाती है. There is actually there is enough proof in the modern research that angioplasty is not the right thing to be done. अब मैं इसको अगर सीधा सीधा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड बोलूं, इट इज कंप्लीटली अनसाइंटिफिक, तो क्या कहेंगे? नाउ वन एंजियोप्लास्टी, क्या दूसरा नहीं होगा? या डॉक्टर ने बोला एक के बाद दूसरा नहीं होगा, क्योंकि आपका वो दक्षिणाग्नि तो बढ़ाया ही नहीं. एक ब्लॉक होगा, फिर दूसरा हो जाएगा, फिर तीसरा हो जाएगा, फिर चौथा हो जाएगा, बिकॉज योर हार्ट इज वीक and the heart is trying to survive. तो उसकी शक्ति अगर नहीं बढ़ाते आप, तो blockages तो बहुत सारे होते हैं. Is that a solution? No, it is not a solution. So how to clear a block of your sink, kitchen sink? किचन के सिंक में ब्लॉक हो गया तो कैसे क्लियर करेंगे? थोड़ा प्रेशर लगाएंगे ना. जब इंटरनल प्रेशर आप लगाते हैं तो आपकी नॉट ओनली ब्लॉकेजेस बट लॉट ऑफ क्लियरिंग, आपके लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम का क्लियर, टॉक्सिन्स डिपॉजिट होते हैं बॉडी में, और हमेशा होते रहते हैं. तो वो अंदर से आप इसको क्लियरिंग करेंगे, ब्लॉकेजेस की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, बिकॉज द हेल्थ फैक्टर विल इंप्रूव, द हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स विल इंप्रूव, द फोर्सेस ऑफ योर बॉडी, द ऑर्गन फंक्शनिंग विल इंप्रूव. सो द बॉडी विल नॉट नीड अ सपोर्ट ऑफ अ ब्लॉक. तो आपको एथेरोस्क्लेरोसिस होने के संभावना कम हो जाएगी. We'll also tell you a little lifestyle suggestion which will help in your life later on. तो अगर आपको उससे निकलना है तो we'll not say कि आप दवाई ना लो, ये मत करो, वो मत करो, जो करना है करो, but improve your systemic functioning, एंड हेल्थ फैक्टर्स, इसको जरूर इंप्रूव करें, एंड इट विल ओनली हेल्प यू कम आउट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम परमानेंटली. रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आर क्विक फिक्स, थोड़ा मैनेज कर लिया थोड़े टाइम के, बट थोड़ा मैनेज करके रख लिया तो वो तो क्रिमिनल्स को हम रखते हैं. दिस बॉडी इज नॉट अ क्रिमिनल. डोंट ट्राई टू मैनेज इट एंड कीप इट थ्रू आउट लाइफ, है ना. इसको क्रिमिनल नहीं बनाना है. सो इसको ऐसा बनाना है जैसे आपकी लाइफ बहुत सुंदर हो जाए. यू लिव विदाउट अ प्रॉब्लम.
Okay, the next question is from Supriya ma'am. I'm having lower back pain since 9 years and shoulder pain since 5 years. I feel stiffness, fatigue, and very less stamina. I can't stand for more than 10 minutes. Root cause of pain is not getting diagnosed. Can Kumbhak therapy help?
Yes. That is why we are saying the kind of diagnosis which is being done is not even diagnosis. अगर आपके शरीर में ये पता लगाया कि अरे बाबा आपके शरीर में तो कैल्शियम कम है, but it's just an observation. Why calcium is less? Nobody knows. किसी को मालूम नहीं. हाँ, शुगर आपका बढ़ा हुआ है, पर शुगर क्यों बढ़ा हुआ है किसी को एक्चुअली मालूम नहीं. So modern diagnosis is not diagnosis, it is observation. आप ध्यान से देखें तो स्कैन करते हैं, कैट स्कैन, रैट स्कैन, ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं ना. इट इज नॉट गिविंग यू सोल्यूशन. उससे थोड़ी पता लग रहा है क्यों. थ्रू द व्हाट यू कॉल एज modern diagnosis or allopathic diagnosis, nobody knows why it is happening. कोई जानता ही नहीं कि क्यों हो रहा. ठीक है ना, आइडिया लगा रहे हैं क्यों हो रहा. अगर आइडिया सही होता, अगर if the idea would have been correct, तो हम ज्यादा हेल्दी होते ना. In the last 50 years, the human health has deteriorated like rampantly, drastically. 100 साल पहले तो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती थी. किसी को हार्ट डिजीज नहीं था, किसी को डायबिटीज नहीं था, थायराइड इशू नहीं था. आज कैसे हो गया? इफ आवर आइडियाज आर करेक्ट, अगर हमारे आइडियाज सही हैं, जो कि आजकल एलोपैथी लगा रहा है आइडिया कि अच्छा ये तो है, ये है, ये तो ये है, दिस इज ऑटो इम्यून डिसऑर्डर. बट व्हाट इज ऑटो इम्यून डिसऑर्डर? उसमें वो क्यों हो रहा है ये नहीं मालूम ही नहीं. सो आज ऑटो इम्यून डिसऑर्डर सबको हो रहा है. 50 साल पहले किसी को भी नहीं था. 100 साल पहले किसी को भी सोचा भी नहीं था. So our ideas are creating problem. They are not correct. वो सच नहीं है. अगर सच होते तो हम हेल्दी होते. तो I can describe this in so many different ways, but again I'll be talking something which you are not trained into, technical word. आपको अब जैसे समान पक्ष, आपके बॉडी का एक पक्ष होता है, समान एक स्ट्रेंथ होता है. It is called as समान. Now it creates something called as heat in the body. It creates your metabolic strength. आपका metabolic strength क्या create करता है? समाना. Samana creates metabolic strength. It creates heat in the body. If there is proper heat in the body, proper metabolism, your joints will be flexible. किसी चीज में गरम कर दीजिए उसके. You have stiff joints. उसको थोड़ा गरम कर दो, देखो वो नरम हो जाता है. होता है ना. So what have you lost? क्या चीज कम हो गई आपके शरीर के अंदर? समान पक्ष वीक हो गया. Now, if you improve the samana paksha, you will regain your metabolic strength. You will regain your metabolic factor, and thereby you'll see there are two kind of sharira. One is a pramana sharira, the other is sankhya sharira. ये दोनों का robustness होता तब. So वो जैसे ही होगा, जैसे ही आप कुंभक करेंगे, what is the first thing that you'll see? If there are certain stiff joints, you do Ashtaang Chikitsa. Immediately, the first day you'll feel relief. The moment you do Ashtaang Chikitsa, उसको करने के बाद ही relief मिल जाएगा. But वो फिर stiff हो जाएगा, because the problem, the Samana Paksha needs a certain amount of time to gain that kind of robustness. So people who are into Hatha Yoga practices, postures में जाते हैं ना, the moment they do kumbhak and then go into postures, they find going into the posture is pretty easy. यानी उनकी flexibility just by kumbhak बढ़ गया. So this is what you will see. Your flexibility of joints will improve, your metabolic factor will improve, and thereby you'll see lot of relief. बहुत आराम आ जाएगा, जो कि दवाई खा के थोड़ी थोड़ी देर के लिए आराम लेते हैं. but it again creates a difficult state for the body to recover. आपकी दवाइयां आपको रिकवर नहीं करने देना चाहती, करने नहीं देती वो basically, because the body is not designed for chemicals. You put chemical bomb inside, अपने अंदर chemical bomb डालते हैं ना, कितने दिन क्यों आप इतने प्रॉब्लम में आ गए? Because from childhood you have put in chemical bombs in the body. जमीन पे केमिकल डाला, जमीन खराब हो गई ना. Now we are saying organic farming, जैविक खेती करो. तो शरीर पे भी तो कितना बॉम्ब डाला आपने, केमिकल डाला. इसकी जैविक खेती कब शुरू करना है? Somewhere you'll have to start, but you'll have to create the basic strength of this body to come out of medication. Otherwise, there is no option.
Okay. Katharina ma'am says, I have sciatica and cervical spondylitis, knee pain, left side is very weak, can't sleep to the left or right side. I start getting pain. I have arthritis of jaw too, which affects the ears. How long will it take to heal? It's there from last 7 years.
So you are facing a problem from the last 7 years. And before that, you have created it over few decades. आपने 20-30 साल कुछ प्रॉब्लम किया, तो ये last 7 year में your body started showing it up. So एक rough calculation कर लेते हैं. 25 years, let's take 25 years. You created a problem in 25 years on getting the difficulty. How much time do you think your body will take to revive? Because your body has been weakened over 25 years. 25 साल तक अगर आपको टॉर्चर किया जाए, तो आपको रिवाइव करने में, उससे वापस आने में कितना समय लग सकता है? Don't you think you need another 25 years? But because we are working upon the body specifically with our effort, you might come out in 6 months. For many people, they'll come out in 6 months. But suppose you come out in 3 years. Isn't it a good deal? अगर आप 3 साल में भी निकल जाते, तो isn't it a good deal? So I'm saying 100% guaranteed आप निकल जाएंगे. The time will depend upon the status of your body, how much strength you have lost, what factors have become imbalanced, how much rhythm you have lost of this system. Time will depend on that. But one thing is for sure, you will recover. Now, is it a bad deal? क्या ये गलत है? And I'm telling you, you'll not recover by any other method. Even if you go for long-term naturopathy and Ayurvedic treatment, अगर आपको उससे फायदा भी होता, but you will not regain the strength of the factors which have been lost. वो gain करने के लिए you will have to make effort. There is no other way. So do whatever, but this is the first priority. That the body is like a, आपका शरीर क्या है? मूक प्राणी, can't talk. It shows symptom only. So it is looking at you and telling you that please help me. So उसको recover करना सबकी जिम्मेदारी सबसे पहली है. Then whatever else you do is secondary. तो ये जरूर करें and you will come out for sure.
And now the next question. Can autoimmune disease like psoriasis be cured? Renu ma'am is asking.
See, autoimmune disorder is easily curable. ठीक है, ये मैंने आपको बताया. Autoimmune disorder is easily curable. But the impact of autoimmune disorder, if it has reached your skin, अगर skin तक आ गया, organ तक आ गया, the organ might take more time to actually revive, or sometimes skin takes very, very long time. But आपको अगर प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो जाए, तो व्हाट इज द इश्यू? अगर ऑटोइम्यून डिसऑर्डर ठीक हो जाए, आपके बॉडी की प्रॉब्लम ठीक हो जाए, देयर इज सर्टेन डिफॉर्मिटी एनीवे. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? वो प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं दे रहा ना आपको. सो वन थिंग, ऑटोइम्यून डिसऑर्डर कैन बी 100% be cured. For that, you will have to actually let's not get into the explanatory part of that. We have explained it at so many places. Once you join the program, we'll share many videos with you also, where you can actually get the mechanics of how it is done. But don't expect or don't create an idea in your mind that autoimmune disorder is like 10 points or 10 points, 10 points. Maybe in the afternoon you have the autoimmune disorder has increased to a little pitch, or evening there is no autoimmune disorder. Your body is a dynamic entity. Your sugar level doesn't remain same. Your blood pressure doesn't remain same. Your thyroid levels doesn't remain same. एक घंटे बाद दोबारा टेस्ट करो चेंज हो जाता है. But you create an idea, अरे मेरा TSH level तो ये है, अरे मेरा blood pressure तो ये है. अब blood pressure 1 मिनट बाद में अलग आ गया होगा, 5 मिनट बाद में चेंज हो गया. Your body is a dynamic entity. Don't create an idea that I have autoimmune disorder. No, maybe when you have little more stress and mentally you are not feeling fine, that time your body is trying to protect itself. Immunity high क्यों होगा? To protect you. So you are creating risk in the body. If you low down the risk in the body, autoimmune, why will the body increase the immunity factor? नहीं, वो तो risk बढ़ गया तो immunity बढ़ा रहा है. And one of the reasons why people are getting into autoimmune disorder is too much intake of chemicals, because chemicals are risk for the body. The kind of food that we are eating, genetically modified food, the kind of environment we have created. तो ये सब वो बुद्धिमान लोग हैं ना जो फिरंगी हैं, उन सब का काम है कि वो अपने पांव पे कुल्हाड़ी मारते हैं. हाँ, उनको हम बुद्धिमान समझते हैं. तो कम से कम we'll have to think out of the whatever narrative has been created. उससे निकलना पड़ेगा कहीं ना कहीं, तभी ये ठीक solution मिलेगा. अदरवाइज ये तो बढ़ते ही जाएंगी चीजें, है ना. Reduce the risk, autoimmune disorder will ease down very easily. बहुत आसान है. अपने बच्चे के साथ में डांस कर लो, आपको autoimmune disorder ठीक. You're not singing, you're not dancing, you're not celebrating. Your body is trying to protect you thereby. नहीं? So yes, autoimmune disorder can easily be taken care if you reduce the risk. That's what we are.
Okay. iPhone XR writes, I have hypothyroid since 30 years and taking L-Troxin 125 mcg. Weight is an issue. Physically, I'm active, but weight doesn't decrease. Mrs. Daman Jot.
देखो, दो चीज. Your thyroid has happened, or whatever. We don't know if your TSH is high or T3, T4 is low. क्या है अभी तो हमें मालूम नहीं. But your thyroid regulates the metabolic factor of your body. आपका thyroid आपके metabolism को regulate करता है. Your metabolism is not fine. तो आप thyroid impact करोगे तो weight पे असर, thyroid को ठीक करोगे तो weight पे असर आ जाएगा. Weight भी ठीक करोगे तो thyroid पे असर आ जाएगा. What do you want to do? क्या करना चाहते हैं? अगर weight कम करना चाहते हैं तो we have a program called Ameda. अगर आप thyroid ठीक करना चाहते हैं तो we have another program for thyroid reversal. So those are the programs for you. हाँ, तो उसमें ज्वाइन करना चाहिए आपको, वो आपके लिए ज्यादा फायदेमंद. This program is for neuro musculoskeletal issues.
Okay. Kiran ma'am writes, I have sciatica nerve problem and my L5 is bulging on S1. I can't walk properly and I have pain in right knee. I have pain in right leg. Can I heal myself with Ashtaang Chikitsa?
अच्छा, आप एक काम करो, 32 stones with a hole in center. आप उसको रस्सी से ऐसे एक साथ में लगा दो. 32 to 33 stones with a hole in center. And put some kind of a cushion between two stones, है ना. कोई बीच में गत्ता लगा दिया, cushion लगा दिया, foam लगा दिया. ठीक है. Now we keep it, try to keep it in a very integrated kind of a series. It should be. Now, if you find that one stone is slipping or one cushion is slipping, what does it mean? इसका मतलब क्या कि वो स्ट्रेंथ, वो फोर्स जिससे कि ये इकट्ठे रहते हैं, through which this system is integrated, has become weak. आपने ढीला छोड़ दिया कहीं पे, isn't it? So there is an integrating force in your body. आपके शरीर में एक integrating force है. अगर वो ठीक नहीं है तो डिस्क बल्ज एक जगह हुआ, फिर क्या करेंगे? ऑपरेट करके उसको सीधा करेंगे या निकाल देंगे, कुछ और डाल देंगे, फिर दूसरी जगह हो जाएगा, फिर तीसरी जगह हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दैट इंटीग्रेटिंग फोर्स इज वीक. नाउ इफ यू इंटीग्रेट दो दैट फोर्स और इंक्रीज दैट फोर्स, ये दोनों तरफ से अगर जो तान के रखा हुआ अगर वो ठीक रहेगा तो वो सिस्टम विल बी ओके. दैट इज what we are doing. We are increasing that systemic integrity. We are also balancing the system. Sometimes what happens, your system, your body is not in balance. Your right side and the left side is not in balance. So balance, strength and rhythm. The functioning is always in rhythm, like heart ka rhythm hota na. Strength, balance, rhythm. और रिदम बैलेंस स्ट्रेंथ, भाव राग ताल. भारत आपके देश में ही हेल्थ क्रिएट करने का सीक्रेट है. भाव राग ताल, ये तीन चीज बढ़ा दो अपना. स्ट्रेंथ, बैलेंस, रिदम, you will become healthy. And our program is all about creating those three things in your system: strength, balance and rhythm. So there are certain specific practices to balance your system. Samarpan Hatha Kumbhak. Right? These Granthi Bheda Hatha Kumbhak. These are all practices to actually create a balance of your system. You basically need three kinds of alignment in your body. Alignment of your navel, navi ka alignment chahiye aapko. Kaudi ka alignment chahiye, center of chest, and nale, the thighs, which are connected to the hip. उनका बैलेंस चाहिए और उनका अलाइनमेंट चाहिए. These three alignments has to be created to integrate the body again and increase the integrating factor. वो तीनों के तीनों हमारे प्रोग्राम में है ही. The second part of what you will learn is Hatha Vinyasa. So Hatha Vinyasa is particular movement with a particular breath hold. है ना, उसमें भी inhalation exhalation भी उसमें how to do we explain. So there we give you methods to align these three factors. वो है ही इसके अंदर. Without alignment you can't strengthen your or you can't come out of your disc bulge. You can come out of your disc bulge. उसको खींच लो थोड़ा सा रीढ़ की हड्डी को आगे पीछे से, disc bulge ठीक हो जाएगा. But it's risky also because you are weak. Weak इंसान के साथ में इलाज भी थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. So you create a certain base and then the Hatha Vinyasa will keep on doing that. And you'll see you can come out. And we can also suggest special methods for some people. क्योंकि diagnosis करते हैं तो special methods हम बताते हैं.
Okay, Ambika ma'am says, can epilepsy for so many years be treated with Ashtaang?
So epilepsy, okay. एक चीज मैं आपको और बता रहा हूं. If you try to understand a disease, don't try to understand the disease by the name, by the way allopathy describes it, because you will not get to solution. आपको solution मिलेगा ही नहीं. And let me tell you, you are more wise. आप ज्यादा समझदार हो. So try to understand it by what it creates. So epileptic patients अगर आप देखोगे तो what is one thing that you see when that episode happens? Whenever the epileptic episode happens, what is one thing that you are seeing? The person is not able to relax. वो पकड़ता है हर चीज को, टाइट पकड़ता है, उसके जबड़े टाइट हो जाते हैं, दांत कटकटाते हैं, पूरी बॉडी ऑलमोस्ट लाइक स्पाज्म में चला, जकड़ आ रहा है. तो वो फैक्टर जकड़ क्यों आ रहा है? Because the person is not able to hold things properly in the mind as well as in the body. चीजों को होल्ड नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो द बॉडी क्रिएट्स एन एपिसोड्स ऑफ होल्डिंग. Now epileptic patients को और भी आप देखोगे, they pretty get confused in any kind of work very soon. बहुत जल्दी confused है. उनका cognitive factor, चीजों को recognize करने का factor ना weak हो. That's why they hold things very tight. तो उनके mind में भी बहुत tight hold करेंगे. तो ये holding factor क्यों? Because the holding factor is weak. Body creates an episode of hold. और उसको बढ़ाएंगे कैसे? होल्डिंग फैक्टर को अगर वो वीक है, तो हम होल्डिंग फैक्टर तो बढ़ा रहे हैं, उसी पे काम कर रहे हैं ना. कुंभक, व्हाट इज कुंभक, राइट? तो बहुत सिंपल टर्म्स में अगर आप सोचेंगे ना, देखेंगे चीजों को, यू ऑल्सो नो व्हाट इज द सोल्यूशन. द थिंग इज, इफ यू कट डाउन योर बॉडी एंड ट्राई टू सी एंड ट्राई टू फिगर आउट, मुश्किल होता, काफी चीजों में बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल हो जाता है. यू कांट क्रिएट अ सोल्यूशन, एंड इफ यू डोंट क्रिएट अ सोल्यूशन, यू आर टू मच present in the whole world, then you will destroy the whole humanity. That is what is happening. अगर आप सेंस, आपको आइडिया लगा रहे हैं और पूरी दुनिया पे आप राज कर रहे हैं, because the moment you open a door, there is a clinic, है ना? एलोपैथी डॉक्टर का एक क्लिनिक मिल जाएगा, हॉस्पिटल मिल जाएगा. तो कहीं ना कहीं तो we have to bring in other way of approaching a disease, है ना? हजारों तरीके हैं किसी डिजीज को ठीक करने के लिए, केवल एक ही तरीका यूज कर रहे हैं हम, वो भी प्रॉब्लम. हमें दूसरे तरीके भी इस्तेमाल करने पड़ते.
Okay, Chandranan sir or madam is writing that schizophrenia can be treated with kumbhak.
Schizophrenia, any kind of a mental issue can be treated 100% through kumbhak. The only thing is, in certain cases, you will not be able to make the person do something. Schizophrenia में कई cases ऐसे होंगे, if you make the person do something, the person will not do, or will not be able to do. So that time, some kind of an external support is required. उस समय जरूरी होता है that you use whatever. If you use some natural support, it is better. But even if you use a chemical thing, it's okay when the person is not in hold of anything or not in control of anything. But if a person starts doing something, if the journey starts, 100% any kind of mind issue, any kind of mental issue can be taken care by. ये तो सबसे पहले होता. We don't even know we are calling somebody schizophrenic, but we are all somewhere mentally ill, somewhere, to some extent, to whatever extent, but we are all mentally ill. Your physical body is not fine, your mind cannot be fine. आप इस बात को समझ जाइए, आपका शरीर ठीक है नहीं है, आपका माइंड ठीक नहीं है. The first thing when you start Ashtaang Chikitsa and you'll see is, mentally you will become fine, but you can always create a difficulty for your mind. But guaranteed, mental issues, any kind of mental issues, you'll feel suddenly it has gone out of your life. Not only out of your life, but you will evolve, keep evolving. So schizophrenia can be dealt with kumbhak. See, we don't have a program for schizophrenia. We want to start a program, but because of the lack of human resource, we are running many programs. We want to start some program for specifically for mental disorders and disease, and it will be very beneficial for those people. We also want to introduce a certain line of treatment in terms of physical intervention or medication, oshadhis, for mentally ill people. There are certain oshadhis that can act as a help initially, and then if we work upon the person, he can completely come out of the problem. We are lacking resources and of course time also at this point of time, but later on in future we want to start that kind of program. If schizophrenic level is not drastic, not high, the episodes happen sometimes, then Ashtaang Chikitsa can also help. Because Ashtaang Chikitsa has almost like every kind of a treatment in one program. So Ashtaang Chikitsa helps mental issues very, very specifically. I'm talking about mental issues in a very good way, because the Kumbhak therapy in Ashtaang Chikitsa is more about, you can say, Vata Pitta, if you describe in allopathy, which is like primary to mental issues. तो वो अष्टांग चिकित्सा में है. अगर आप डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट स्टेट द पर्सन, अगर ज्यादा एपिसोड्स नहीं आते, कम आते हैं, देन help him or her whosoever to attend this program and do practices. उसको थोड़ा मदद करें, so in some time, in 6 months to 1 year time, you'll see huge change. But बहुत ज्यादा अगर state खराब है, then of course the person will not be able to. उसमें you will not be able to actually make the person do this program or any kind of a practice upon his or her body. वो नहीं कर पाता है, और जरूरी they need some kind of external support for some time.
Okay, Neeta ma'am writes, I have hypothyroidism, gluten and dairy intolerance, post-menopause osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, suffered from Guillain-Barré syndrome and having facial palsy since then. Cervical spondylitis, skin allergies. Can I expect reversal of the diseases?
100% you can expect reversal of diseases. पहली बात तो ये बता देता हूँ. But has your medication helped? एक प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुआ होगा कभी ना कभी, somewhere you would have started with one problem, now multiple problems. So open your eyes, your medication is not helping you. कहीं तो बिल्कुल ही बिस्तर पे पड़ जाएंगे, फिर सोचेंगे, फिर तो you will not be able to recover also fast. So your medication is not helping you, first of all. Hypothyroidism, see, facial palsy, and if your body is too weak, that means through your body you are not able to do activities, you can join Ashtaang Chikitsa. You will also get help in your hypothyroid issues. But if required later on, you become so much fine that your symptoms go off completely. And then if your numbers, if you want to achieve your whatever number, then we can recommend hypothyroid program later on. But if you want to address your body at this point of time, do this program. Or if you just want to address the hypothyroid and then the related issues, then you can join hypothyroid program.
Okay, any other person would like to ask their questions can please unmute themselves.
हेलो.
हाँ जी.
हेलो स्वामी जी प्रणाम.
प्रणाम
सर, आपकी ज्ञानवर्धक जानकारी के लिए दिल से धन्यवाद सर. आपका सेशन अटेंड करके आंखें खुल गई, दिमाग की बत्ती जल गई. सर, एक चीज आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि मुझे पिछले 25 दिन से डिप्लोपिया हो गया, डबल विजन इम्पैक्ट. जो डॉक्टर्स कहते हैं कि 6 जो नर्व्स है वो पैरालिसिस हो गई है. तो क्या इस ट्रीटमेंट से कुछ फायदा मुझे मिल सकेगा?
पहली बात तो मैं आपको सभी को बताना चाहता हूं कि आप लोग बहुत समझदार हैं. आप लोग बहुत समझदार हैं. प्रॉब्लम इज यू आर एजुकेटेड. प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे? आपने किसी और तरीके की एजुकेशन ले ली, तो यू आर ऑल वाइज पीपल. आप लोग समझदार. अगर एजुकेशन को साइड में रख के चीजों को देखने की कोशिश करें तो आपको भी पता चलेगा कि इसको कैसे ठीक किया जाए. हाँ, आंखों का डबल विजन तब आता है जब आपकी आंखें कंट्रोल में नहीं, और कंट्रोल में करने के लिए पीछे नर्व्स है. नर्व मसल कॉम्प्लेक्स है जो कि आपकी आंखों को कंट्रोल में करता है, और इसको बड़ी आसानी से कंट्रोल में लाया जा सकता है. मैं भी खुद, मेरा एक्सीडेंटल आई है, राइट आई. इट्स एन एक्सीडेंटल आई. नो लेंस गया, वो रेटिना किसी वजह से बच. तो दिस इज समथिंग, मतलब वो मेरे लिए बहुत, मेरे जैसे लोगों के लिए बहुत कॉमन हो सकता है कि द कंट्रोल ओवर द आईज go off completely, because one eye is completely like damaged, तो उसका पूरा नर्व और मसल कॉम्प्लेक्स पूरा का पूरा बहुत जल्दी वीक होने के चांसेस, तो इट हैज नॉट वीकेंड, अभी तक वीक नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज आई एम वर्किंग अपॉन इट, ठीक है। और भी मेरे दूसरे आई की भी पावर नहीं बढ़ी, बिकॉज आई एम वर्किंग। सो क्या न्यूरो मसल स्ट्रेंथ को, जो आई को होल्ड कर रहा है सही और कंट्रोल दे रहा है, क्या उसको इंप्रूव किया जा सकता है? 100% इंप्रूव किया जा सकता है। दवाई खा के नहीं इंप्रूव कर सकते, बस इतनी सी बात है। दवाई खा के आप वो स्ट्रेंथ को इंप्रूव नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज इट इज योर स्ट्रेंथ, योर बॉडीज ओन स्ट्रेंथ। आपके शरीर की शक्ति है कि वो किसी चीज पे जोर लगा के उसको कंट्रोल कर दे। कंट्रोलिंग पावर जो है ना आपके शरीर की एक शक्ति है, उसको आप बढ़ाएंगे ना, और तो आप देखेंगे कि ये बड़ी आसानी से ठीक हो जाएगा। अगर न्यूरो डिजेनरेशन ज्यादा है तो थोड़ा टाइम लेगा, बस दैट्स इट। सो आपको स्पेशल हम मेथड देंगे, अगर आप आएंगे आपका डायग्नोसिस करके। पहली बात तो क्यों ये वीक हो गया वो भी हम पता लगाएंगे, और स्पेशल मेथड देंगे जिससे कि ये जल्दी आपको इस पे इम्पैक्ट पड़े और आपका कंट्रोल आना शुरू हो जाए।
नमस्कार
धन्यवाद।
स्वामी
Anybody
जी।
else who would like to
स्वामी
ask a
जी
question?
आपने मेरा क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी लिया था, बट वो जो कोविड वैक्सीन के बाद हिप्स लेग्स नीज में मैंने बोला था, बट मुझे बस थोड़ा ऐड करना था उसमें। एक्चुअली शुरू के 4-5 महीने मुझे सिर्फ हिप्स में ही रहा, तो ये वहम था पता नहीं हिप्स में क्या हो गया, एमआरआई वगैरह कराया। बट अभी पिछले 3-4 महीने से मुझे अपर बॉडी पार्ट में भी आता है, और एक्चुअली बॉडी का जो भी पार्ट यूज करती हूँ उसी पार्ट में आने लगता है। जैसे हल्के से 2 कपड़े धो लिए तो बैक में आ गया, लैपटॉप पे ज्यादा काम कर लिया तो सर्वाइकल हो गया, हाथ में आ गया। बट ये सब कुछ पहले नहीं था। ये मेरी बॉडी में एकदम से वैक्सीनेशन के बाद, जैसे पहले 80% स्ट्रेंथ थी तो सीधा 2-3% पे आ गई है, और ये मतलब पिछले 10 महीनों से चल रहा है। और जैसे कि आपने बताया भी था, मैंने एलोपैथी के भी वो कैल्शियम विटामिन D3 खाया, और इवन फिर मैंने 3 महीना आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट भी लिया, महायोगराज, गूगल, आरोग्य वर्धनी, वटी वगैरह। बट प्रॉपर 3 महीने अभी रिसेंटली बंद किया है, 1 महीना पहले, लेकिन कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं है। इनफैक्ट अब तो मुझे पूरी बॉडी में फील होता है, जो कि सिर्फ हिप से स्टार्ट हुआ था।
मैंने तो आपको बता दिया, समान जो है आपका वीक हो गया। अब एक चीज और देखो, अचानक कोरोना का वैक्सीन लेने पे ऐसा क्यों हो गया? पहली बात तो वैक्सीन को जिस तरीके से बनाते हैं उसमें बहुत सारी चीजें डाली जाती हैं, और कई लोगों को ना बहुत सारी चीजों से एलर्जी होती है, उनको मालूम ही नहीं, क्योंकि एक्सेप्ट करने की क्षमता आपके शरीर की कम है। तो एलर्जी होती है, कई लोगों को एलर्जी होती है कई चीजों से, और उनको मालूम भी नहीं होता। सडनली कोरोना वैक्सीन के अंदर वो चीज अगर इंक्लूड की गई है तो योर बॉडी गोज थ्रू अ पीरियड ऑफ सडन क्रैश। उसको हम रिकॉग्नाइज भी शायद नहीं कर पाएंगे कि कौन सी चीज हो, मगर ये कहेंगे कि कोरोना वैक्सीन लगाने के बाद में हो। तो पहली बात तो ये एक प्रूवन फैक्ट हो चुका है कि आपकी नसों को, आपके नर्वस सिस्टम को कोरोना वैक्सीन जो है वो इम्पैक्ट करता है। अच्छा, नर्वस सिस्टम को अगर इम्पैक्ट करता है तो आपके शरीर के मूव करने की क्षमता या इस्तेमाल करने की क्षमता में असर आएगा ही आएगा। वहां पे प्रॉब्लम आ गई है, मगर क्या इससे निकला जा सकता है? 100% निकला जा सकता है, 100% निकला जा सकता है। तो मगर मेडिसिन से नहीं निकलता। वो क्यों हुआ वो मैंने बता दिया। क्या क्या चीज, क्या कहाँ पे इस वो आपके सिस्टम वीक है वो भी मैंने उस समय डिस्क्राइब किया था। उसको भी ठीक करेंगे तो इससे वापस ठीक हो जाएंगे। व्हाटएवर अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, मेरे ख्याल से 1-2 महीने के अंदर ही इसको बिल्कुल ठीक रिकवर कर सकते हैं।
हरिओम, मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछना था। हेलो,
हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
मेरा नाम इंदु है। हाँ जी, मेरा नाम इंदु है। मुझे मायोपैथी है सिंस लास्ट 10-12 इयर्स। मतलब मेरी मसल्स वीक हो रही है, मतलब डीजेनरेशन।
हेलो
हाँ जी, और मायोपैथी एंड हाँ जी,
इंदु जी बोलिए। मायोपैथी के बारे में थोड़ा पहले बताया हुआ है। मैंने बताया था कि मसल फाइबर वीक होते हैं, क्यों वीक होते हैं, क्यों ग्रो नहीं कर पाते, और उनको आप बढ़ा सकते। मायोपैथी बड़ी आसानी से ठीक हो जाता है।
अच्छा,
नहीं है, बड़ी आसानी से।
और हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म भी है और ये ब्लड प्रेशर भी है थोड़ा।
चलेगा, उससे आप ऐसा नहीं है कि ये प्रोग्राम नहीं कर सकते, बल्कि उसमें भी आपको मदद।
अच्छा।
हाँ, उसमें भी वो भी आपका नॉर्मलाइज होगा।
अच्छा, क्योंकि मैं थोड़ा ये बहुत आई एम नॉट सो सेवी विथ ऑल दिस यू नो।
You will have to find out somebody who can help you out with this. थोड़ा सा भी अगर आपको हेल्प, बहुत ज्यादा इसमें ज्ञान की जरूरत है, टेक्निकल।
हाँ जी। अच्छा।
आसानी से आपको, हमारे पास भी टीम है, वो भी हेल्प करेगी, और आपके साइड में भी कोई अगर चला वला के दे दे आपको।
हाँ जी।
अच्छा, कोई मुश्किल। हाँ,
अच्छा जी, धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हाँ जी।
हाँ जी, बोलिए, कौन बोल रहे थे?
हेलो अनीता जी।
हाँ जी, अनीता जी बोलिए।
हाँ, मेरे इधर आंख में स्वेलिंग है, स्वेलिंग।
इन्फ्लेमेशन कहते हैं। हाँ, आँख के नीचे ना
किडनी
वो
का प्रॉब्लम है, फंक्शन, किडनी फंक्शन।
अच्छा, किडनी का प्रॉब्लम अगर आपको है और उसकी वजह से आपके बॉडी में स्वेलिंग आ रही है, तो हम कुछ ऐसे मेथड देंगे, कोई ऐसा तरीका बताएंगे आपको जिससे कि किडनी की प्रॉब्लम में आराम मिल जाएगा आपको। स्वेलिंग तो आराम से चली जाती है
आंख के
ना?
नीचे।
हाँ, आँख के नीचे स्वेलिंग है ना, वो किसी और वजह से भी हो सकता है।
नहीं, किडनी की वजह से है, किडनी प्रॉब्लम, क्रिएटिन है, क्रिएटिन।
नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, मगर आंख में ही स्वेलिंग वजह से आई है ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। आंख में कभी और भी वजह से हो सकता है, बॉडी में और भी जगह स्वेलिंग आती है उससे। तो अगर वो किडनी की वजह से भी है, किडनी की वजह से भी है, तो भी हम
क्रिएटिन है ना, क्रिएटिन बढ़ रहा है।
क्रिएटिनिन, अगर आपको थोड़ा उसमें क्रिएटिनिन कम करना है ना, तो आपको अपने शरीर पे काम करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ,
है ना? दवाई,
ब्लड प्रेशर, डायबिटीज सब है, कोलेस्ट्रॉल, सोराइसिस।
देखो उसी से आपका किडनी का भी इशू आया।
हाँ।
एक बात आप देख लीजिए कि क्या आप प्रोग्राम अटेंड कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते। अगर आप प्रोग्राम अटेंड कर सकते हैं तो हम तो इंश्योर करेंगे कि आपको कुछ ना कुछ करके आपका प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करें।
अच्छा।
तो अगर आप, हाँ, तो आप अपने, अगर अटेंड कर सकते हैं, कोई आपकी हेल्प भी कर सकता है, तो ऐसा अटेंड करो, फिर हम आपको किडनी के लिए
कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अभी एलोपैथिक का दवा चालू है।
उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। हम लोग मना नहीं करेंगे आपको एलोपैथी की दवा लेने से, लेकिन एलोपैथिक से जो नुकसान भी होगा ना, वो भी आपका कम हो जाएगा ये करने से।
नमस्ते स्वामी जी।
Okay, anybody else who would like to ask their questions?
मैं गौतम विश्वास बोल रहा हूँ फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल। नमस्ते स्वामी जी।
नमस्ते जी, थोड़ा जोर से बोलिए, आपकी आवाज कम आ रही
है। स्वामी जी, मेरे ना आईबीएस का प्रॉब्लम है और
इरिटेबल बाउल। हाँ,
इरिटेबल बाउल सिंड्रोम और कॉन्स्टिपेशन।
हाँ हाँ, वो देखिए, इरिटेबल बाउल सिंड्रोम के कई पार्टिसिपेंट हैं और मैंने कईयों को करवाया हुआ है। तो इरिटेबल बाउल सिंड्रोम और कॉन्स्टिपेशन, ये दोनों ही, जैसे ही आप शुरुआत करते हैं ना, इसमें हम आपको कुंभक चिकित्सा करवाते हैं। इसमें कुंभक थेरेपी में हम आपको कुछ मेथड सिखाते हैं, जैसे कहते हैं प्रकृति शूल राजा काका खेचरी, ऐसा करके मेथड, ये 3 मेथड आपको सिखाते हैं। ये तीनों के तीनों मेथड जो है ना, वो आपका आईबीएस में हेल्प करता है और आपका कॉन्स्टिपेशन रिलीव करता है। कई लोग आते हैं हमारे पास में और उनका ना स्टूल पास आउट ज्यादा होने लग जाता है, थोड़ा लूज होने लग जाता है, तो वो कहते हैं कि ऐसा कैसे हो गया। तो वो प्रैक्टिसेस ऐसे हैं जो कि आपको एक तो कॉन्स्टिपेशन से रिलीफ मिल जाएगा और दूसरा आईबीएस तो बिल्कुल चला जाएगा, बट आईबीएस ना और किसी और तरीके से जाएगा नहीं, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ। वो इंटेस्टाइन काट काट के लगाते रहेंगे, ऑपरेशन करने के लिए बोलेंगे, है ना? वो ट्रीटमेंट नहीं है, वो ट्रीटमेंट ठीक नहीं है। उसको रिवाइव बहुत आसानी से रिवाइव हो जाता है।
अच्छा स्वामी जी, ये अष्टांग चिकित्सा में ये होगा?
हाँ हाँ, ये अष्टांग चिकित्सा में ही होगा।
अच्छा, थैंक यू। नमस्ते स्वामी जी।
नमस्ते। So I think we have taken up most of the questions. So we'll have to close the webinar now. We have exceeded the time. Time को exceed कर गए। तो आप लोगों को आगे के लिए, अपनी लाइफ के लिए खूब खूब शुभकामनाएं, खूब खूब खुश रहिए, स्वस्थ रहिए। I have a question,
Swami ji. I sent it in chat.
बोले।
I sent my question in the chat.
In the chat box, what's your name?
My name is Prasanna.
Prasanna. Prasanna, okay. Reactive hypoglycemia, okay. How old are you?
75.
25. You have just taken a leap of young life, huh? Just become young. Huh? Okay. It is due to, do you know why it is? It is due to your weak liver. This reactive hypoglycemia is due to liver problem.
Okay.
So if you strengthen your liver, you'll see this will go away. What do you do? So you have just become young, become more younger. Join the program,
Yes.
work upon yourself and get fine. Ek to ye, we'll also suggest certain special things for you if you come to the program, and the moment we diagnose you, we'll give something special for you for your condition.
सर आपने मेरा प्रश्न अभी आंसर नहीं किया है।
किस चीज का?
डायबिटीज रिवर्सल पॉसिबल है क्या, और उसके लिए कौन सा
आप अपना नंबर छोड़ दीजिए, अपना नंबर छोड़ दीजिए, डायबिटीज लिख के। हमारा डायबिटीज का अलग काम होता है, हम आपको वहां पे डायरेक्ट करते हैं।
ठीक है।
जो भी कोई भी कुछ पूछना चाहता है वो अपना नंबर डाल दें, हमारे मेंटर्स आपके साथ में बात करके आपको कॉल करके आपकी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करेंगे। आप जो भी सवाल पूछेंगे ना, वहां पे आंसर भी मिलेगा। अगर वो नहीं दे सके तो मेरी तरफ से आंसर चला जाएगा आपको। ठीक है जी। सो विल हैव टू क्लोज द सेशन। ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू। आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
हेलो
Namaste. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Now, whoever has any questions, please write in the webinar group and you will get the answers there.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.